business. Edinburgh's Napier's programs are not just only recognized in St. Vincent, but they are also 100% online, 100% flexible, and 100% relevant to your career ambitions. Don't miss this chance to shape your future. Reserve your spot today at www.seidegrees.com. That's www.seidegrees.com.
Betway, ready up again. Quartz is coming back, and we're bringing bigger deals that you cannot afford to miss. Meet us on Wednesday, October 30, under the almond tree, 9:30 a.m. through till 3:30 p.m. No cash, no worries. It's simple. With our ready finance option, you buy now and pay later. Offers include half price on Radio Shack items between 12 noon and 1 p.m. Specials on mattresses, appliances, TVs. Plus, spin the wheel and get a chance to win grocery vouchers. Quartz is under the almond tree, Wednesday, October 30. So Betway, get ready. Quartz, bringing value home.
The Patriot Company Limited. With services like terrazzo construction, terrazzo restoration, terrazzo maintenance, concrete grinding, pressure washing, janitorial services, carpet cleaning, home and office cleaning. We offer services at affordable prices. Call us for all your janitorial services and terrazzo services. It's the Patriot Company Limited, Green Hill, P.O. Box 2046, Kingstown, VC 0100. Or you can contact us at 457-6650 or 457-2057. Or email the Patriot Company Limited at gmail.com or ncjackson4753@gmail.com. The Patriot Company Limited. Service at its best.
As St. Vincent celebrates its independence, Inter-Caribbean Airways joins in honoring the vibrant spirit of this island nation. We are proud to connect St. Vincent and the Grenadines to the wider Caribbean family. This Independence Day, let's rediscover our shared heritage and the bonds that unite us. Inter-Caribbean Airways, where every flight connects you to the people, places, and cultures of our Caribbean, celebrating the pride and beauty of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Happy Independence Day.
Instacash now offering you more chances to win with 2 new games. There's Strike for $2 and In Between available at $3. These 2 new games are loaded with cash prizes. With Strike, you can match up to 10 numbers and win $2,500. In Between, so easy to play, offering up to $6,000. Get your Instacash Strike and In Between tickets at Lotto agents. And remember, with Instacash, there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win instantly.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines, are you ready? On Saturday, November 9th, Third Element and Nouvelle Vague presents Rise Reggae SVG. Live on stage, the gentleman himself, Romain Vogo.
The soul provider.
Romain Vogo. From the royal family of reggae, Gramps Morgan.
To deserve the love of a woman like you.
Gramps Morgan.
For people like you.
And the great one, Jamil.
Tell them are the strongest, so just get the hardest fight.
Jamil.
Lose them soul figure in the world. When I switch for the table turn.
Rise Reggae SVG, the concert of the century. On Saturday, November 9th, Victoria Park. Gates open at 8 p.m. Tickets are available island-wide or online at ticketpal.com.
Good Nation is secured as Sheikh George, all the way from Rushland Park. Happy Independence SVG. Let's keep it properly Vincy all month.
Back to the future. Boom 1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwback.
Snuffy boy, this woman come down for carnival. She have me starving. She have all kind of food selling. Comes and red food, cypress and red. Lord, boy. Hungry, you know. Stop it. Talk to the carnival massive, man. Can we eat him?
I'm the Guyana and the program. To get it under the animal.
I know the man to John and me. I know man with the body. But then I know, I know, I repeat this. You repeat that, you can rock and talk and you eat it. You tell the man and you eat it. You black and white and you eat it. You hand to talk and you eat it. You know and you eat it. I think and you eat it. I feel and you eat it. I think and you eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. I'm hungry. Miss, please give me some lettuce.
Back to the future.
Give me some lettuce. Please. Just straight in about me. Just give me. I want to eat and drink. Snappy. What now and I want to home. When I look at what Lord you do, you take the pan and I do me. The pan let me go the nale. Looking at you, that is your job. I keep it. You repeat that. You rock and talk and you eat it. You play the nine and you eat it. You black and white and you eat it. You hand to talk and you eat it. You know I know you did. I think I know you did. I feel I know you did. I think I know you did. Hold on. You did. You did. You did. You did. Hold it on and
Back to the future.
Last night was misery. I eat and I went to bed immediately. You talk about nightmare, tossing and turning everywhere. Food nearly do for me. Food ride me like a drumbeat. Let me warn even the underfed. Never eat before you go to bed. I beg you, don't eat and lie down. 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 You suffer from bangot, big belly, long gut, macho belly. Don't eat and lie down. I beg you, don't eat and lie down. Anna Zilta, my darling, like your taste buds on chicken since the Kentucky come to town. Your whole diet just turn on morning, noon and night. Kentucky,
Back to the future.
Kentucky, like you have an obsession. Kentucky, with this Kentucky man. Kentucky, snap. Kentucky, smack. Kentucky, girl, your chicken mad. Brunch, Kentucky, lunch, Kentucky. Too much of one thing is bad. Since they bring them this fried chicken, you forget all about cooking. Home economics. What's your favorite habit? No more peas and rice. Kentucky, what a sacrifice. Kentucky, forget fried fish and bread. Kentucky, your mouth must be fed. Kentucky, Sunday, Kentucky, Monday, Kentucky, Tuesday again, Wednesday, Kentucky, Thursday, Kentucky, Friday and Saturday the same. Well, I fed up the stove, the refrigerator. I'm taking them back to Singer. Me bank book empty. Kentucky, I see in poverty. Kentucky, I cannot pay the rent. Kentucky, girl is every cent. Kentucky, tea. Kentucky, party. Kentucky, I must say goodbye. Munch, Kentucky, crunch, Kentucky, I just can't afford your lifestyle.
Back to the future.
Won't you come and join me down in Vinceland for the 20th anniversary of July Carnival? It's party, boogie, everybody behaving badly for 20 years. 20 years. 20 years of party, party in the city. 20 years I don't mind jamming them from behind. 20 years. 20 years. Everybody happy, everybody glad. Come and join the frenzy and go temporary mad. It's raga, soca, there's a street bar on every corner. It's 20 years. 20 years. 20 years a teaser. Party fever. Out in the movement. Sharp name Tiger. 20 years. 20 years.
Oh, daddy, fiddler, me say sweet daddy, true boy. Walk it up, baby, walk it up. Some of them young girl nowadays, them nah no taste, boy. Walk it up, baby, walk it up. If you know old age now run you and your body looking sexy, walk it up, baby, walk it up. If you think that you have it and you really want to flirt it, walk it up, baby, walk it up. 'Cause you have one life, so live it and you better enjoy it. Walk it up, baby, walk it up. 'Cause if you study people nowadays, your air reaching no way. Walk it up, baby, walk it up. I say, oh daddy, fiddle, me say sweet daddy, true boy. Walk it up, baby, walk it up. Some of them young girl nowadays, them nah no taste, boy. Walk it up, baby, walk it up. If you know that your man they can buy you no cheapness, walk it up, baby, walk it up. If you think your man have it, he can buy Victoria's Secret. Walk it up, baby, walk it up.
Mojo, Mojo, Mojo. Look the Mojo dance, look the Mojo dance. Do the Mojo dance, do the Mojo dance. Tell it, come on, lad, Mojo. Pass you. Check this.
why you arguing with me this morning. It's just I don't know why you arguing with me. You know you can't win, so don't even try. Don't even try. Put me out. It's what? All right, it's 2 seconds to the top. Let's go to the top. It's 7 o'clock in SVG and the Eastern Caribbean. Let's do this and come right back. Here we go.
Boom Nation, it's time to get properly Vincy. Join us as we celebrate everything we love about St. Vincent and the Grenadines. From the legends we admire to the stories that bring us together, Properly Vincy has got you covered every single day, right here on Boom 1069. Tune in daily for Vincy Legends. Send love to your area on air and online. And don't miss your chance to shine and win prizes on our street interviews and 45 Seconds of Fame contest. Brought to you by Inter-Caribbean Airlines, Metricent General Insurance, and supported by Basil's at Villa, GNR Ice Cream, E-Scoot Rentals, Building and Loan, IKTV 112, and Boom 1069, the trending station for all things Vincy. SVG starts with OMG in the morning on the trending station.
Whoa, 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 St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Right now I'm proud to be open for business. Whoa, 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 so make sure it's on your wish list. Blue, yellow and green, right now we steam. From the mountains to the seas, we had split in unity. 45 years and we proud of who we be. From the mainland straight down to the Grenadines, I say it's hello. Through the trials and triumphs, we stood up tall. Hands in hands, I say we faced it all. And no doubt it. That's why I am a proud Vincy. 45 years, oh yeah, 45 years, oh yeah, 45 years, oh yeah.
The number one morning show in the SVG. OMG in the morning.
Come on now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So make sure it's on your wish list. Blue, yellow and green, right now we steam. From the mountains to the seas, we had split in unity. 45 years and we proud of who we be. From the mainland straight down to the Grenadines, I say it's hello. Through the trials and triumphs, we stood up tall. Hands in hands, I say we faced it all. Resilient and no doubt it. That's why I am a proud Vincy. 45 years, oh yeah, 45 years, oh yeah, 45 years, oh yeah. Happy independence. 45 years, oh yeah, 45 years, oh yeah, 45 years, oh yeah. Happy independence. Blue, yellow, green with the diamonds between. You know we really proud. My country is full up of kings and queens. So let we shout it out. How many years? 45, we independent. 45. How many years? 45. Show me the colors. 45. How many years? 45, we independent. 45. How many years? Through the trials and triumphs, we stood up tall. Hands in hands, I say we faced it all. Resilient and no doubt it. That's why I am a proud Vincy. 45 years, oh yeah, 45 years, oh yeah, 45 years, oh yeah. Happy independence. 45 years, oh yeah, 45 years, oh yeah, 45 years, oh yeah. Happy independence. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is open for business. So make sure it's on your wish list. And don't miss this. Happy independence. I can't tell no lie, no lie. Carnival is one of the best experience in life. I never feel a better feeling yet. You see the joy in my eyes. No lie. Carnival is one of the best experience in life. I never feel a better feeling yet. I feel mass all day, mass all night. Nothing never gave me this feeling yet. Behind the truck all day, finding ways all night. So much pretty girl in the bunnies, yeah. I free my mind. I'm free inside, no stressing and no bad mind, no comments, no bad eye. I feel alive, cause mass is life, mass is life.
Oh yeah, me friends we like party hardy. Things strong from our weekends and bad. So drunk we get half retarded. Welcome to Vincy Massey, hottest one. Drink a rum, wine a girl, on the road, we having fun. Drink a rum, wine a girl, on the road, we having fun. Yeah, yeah.
So it's Tuesday the 22nd. And you know we've been talking about the 22nd of the month coming soon. That's Judgment Day. And it's here. At 1 p.m. today, we will know the outcome from the CCJ. You can catch the judgment live on IKTV 112 as well as all Boom and IKTV social media platforms. Yeah? So at 1 o'clock today, you tune in on IKTV or on IKTV social media platform. Yeah, like Facebook or on Boom social media platform like on Facebook and Instagram and all those things. You can catch the judgment being handed down live today. Oh man, I tell you, a lot of people are waiting patiently for that. Boy, you see it. You waiting patiently for me to see if I could get to see.
I wait with you.
You waiting with me, yeah? To see if I get something out of it. If it comes through that, you will get something out of it. Remember, folks, those of you who've got British American investment policies, whatever it is, and you would have signed up to take the matter to the court, the CCJ, the Caribbean Court of Justice, not the government who took it, private individuals came together and decided to take this matter to court on behalf of themselves, because the government of Trinidad and Tobago, when British American went under, they took care of their people and they didn't bother to take care of the rest of us in the Eastern Caribbean. So over 2,000 policyholders will know today at 1 p.m. the ruling from the CCJ as to whether the CCJ will rule so that those of us who would have had British American policies will get what we're supposed to get back. A lot of people died because of this matter. A lot of people had strokes. A lot of people ended up in the hospital because they invested all of their life savings in British American. The company went under. A Trinidadian-based company, and of course the government of Trinidad look out for themselves, their people. And of course we're waiting to hear something from our own government. We're waiting to hear something from the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we have not heard anything. So the people came together and decided to bring a mass action suit against the government of Trinidad and Tobago. And so a lot of people signed up. A lot of people signed up for this. And they will be waiting from 1 o'clock today. As Judgment Day will come, and you can catch the judgment live from the courts of the CCJ on IKTV and on IKTV platforms, and also on Boom social media platforms. You can watch it live and see the judgment being handed down as to what the CCJ say, whether the CCJ will say the government of Trinidad and Tobago that they're responsible to pay the people who received nothing, because Trinidad people look out for themselves, and apparently we ain't had nobody to look out for ourselves. So we decided to bring a mass action lawsuit against the government of Trinidad and Tobago to say, hey, you, Trinidad, these are your people. This is your company, originated from you. And you only took care of yourself. So what about us? What about the rest of us in the Eastern Caribbean, Antigua, Grenada, Dominica, St. Lucia? A lot of people will be waiting, and of course St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A lot of people will be waiting today to hear what the judgment is going to be from 1 o'clock today. And of course, we in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we will be waiting and watching patiently from 1 o'clock to see what the judgment will say. It's like cricket or World Cup soccer. You know, that's how it's going to be like. A lot of people will be jumping and rejoicing today at 1 o'clock. You know, like when Brazil, a lot of people in the Caribbean back support Brazil in the World Cup. So a lot of people will be jumping and rejoicing, you know, when that thing comes down in the favor of the people of the OECS and of course a lot of people from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yeah. Now I see people messaging and asking about CLICO policies. No, let me don't jump ahead of ourselves just yet. Let me get through this one today at 1 o'clock. And then after that one, we're gonna deal with the other one, the CLICO policy holders. All right. So the judgment will only be for persons who are British American policies today. All right. After today, decision will be made to do the same thing for CLICO policy holders. All right. So let's just wait on that today. Yeah. All right. Let me just remind you of the lineup today. We should be having a call in this morning. Remember yesterday when we showed that video with the clinic in Bible? Should you remember that? Yeah. Well, and the mosquito man told us, but I really know, you know. I really know. So he will organize somebody. Well, he did organize the person who is responsible for these health centers and clinics and construction in that area, Mr. Latchman, David Latchman. He will be joining us, calling in to us this morning at around 7:20, 7:30 this morning, and we will get more information as to why the condition of these clinics and health centers, why are they in this condition? All right, so we will have that. At 7:45 this morning, we will have Council. He will be joining us. I spoke to him last night. He apologized profusely. He went out of the country, and he forgot to inform me that he was going to travel. And he tried yesterday to get in, but he couldn't get to a place in time to get Wi-Fi to call us to do his usual commentary. So, but he will be with us this morning at 7:45. All right. Then at 8:15 this morning, we'll be joined by the press officer in the Prime Minister's the press officer in the Prime Minister's office. Yeah. Cheryl Macmillan Candyman. He will join us at 8:15. At 8:30, we have Chester's questions. You know, the usual questions that we get from Chester. He will join us at 8:30. Yeah, and we go right around until 9:45 when we'll be joined by Dr. Richards. All right, Shitty, let's get some commercials. Yeah, before we get this call coming. Yeah, remember, Judgment Day is here, folks. Judgment Day is here. Judgment Day is here. 1 o'clock today. You can tune in on IKTV, or you can go into IKTV social media platforms. On social media, Facebook, and you can also join us on the Boom 106.9 social media platform. That's on Facebook as well, and you can get the the verdict being handed down live. You can see it, you can listen to it, whichever you want to do, right? So it's here, it's coming. So listen, folks, good morning to you. Good morning to you on the live. Yeah, man, James Jones. What kind of name is that? James Jones is saying, turn up your volume. My volume is low. I don't understand that. Shady, come check that for me, please. Anyone else saying that my volume is low? Yeah, my volume is low. So can we check that for me, please? Yeah. In the meantime, yeah. Yeah, we don't worry. We get all the kinks sorted out, but share the live in the meantime, please. Share the live in the meantime, because this morning we have a lot happening. Here we go, Shady. Here we go.
I'm asking you this question again and again and again and again. World police, you false priests, trying to indoctrinate your people. But give me a minute. When will this payday be, slave driver? When will this payday be? Tell us this
Hold on. We gotta deal with something here, because I'm getting a lot of questions, not just today, from before, right? And one just came in again, and I experienced it. Somebody's asking, how come I don't get boom on Facebook again in Canada? When I was in Canada, I couldn't get it as well too. I am not sure what's happening. I don't know. I don't know if we've been blocked in the region. But I tried as well too when I was in Canada several times. I made several attempts to get it, and I'm not getting it there. So those persons in Canada who've been trying, I don't know. I can't give you an answer. What you can do is that you can go on to our Instagram page. It's on Instagram. Or you can listen via TuneIn. But I think Instagram, I think Instagram, we should do it on Instagram for those persons who've been trying, right? So apparently we've been blocked in certain parts of North America. I know.
Your country.
I know for a fact, because when I was there, I tried it and I couldn't get on. Yeah? You can't get boom there.
Your phone line again.
Yeah? Alright, so let's see if this is Mr. Latchman calling. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Hang on. Yeah. Good morning. You live. Okay, dropped out. Caller could call back. I think that wouldn't be Latchman, that would be Hamo. And that would be Hamo to call and go 100 miles per hour. And let's see. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Good morning, Brother Bing. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Hamilton. I'm doing
I don't feel good because
you don't feel good?
This, you hear me on every radio station. Bing, bing, bing. I literally worship you, because for me, I am very concerned about democracy. But something is hurting me that you seem not to understand that radio has nothing to do with, being sexy or being, fantastic. It has to do with truth. And our people are robbed. They're robbed on almost all the other radio stations of truth. And I depend on you. I stand on, I miss you. Sometimes they say, I'm your hypocrite. I take your licks. But what happened yesterday hurt me is that here you had Candyman. And I want to say, Candyman, I love you very much. Because a lot of people want to go at your show, Candyman. But they're not better than you. So Candyman said to you, Bing, for 1 whole hour. You didn't bring the issues. You didn't research. And this is robbing our public of, and this radio station is the best. Hamilton is not here to play out at you. I'm here to educate the people. You don't have to bring Mr. Latchman. I've been telling you, and you know the reality of why. Not just the health center day. I could send thousands of pictures.
No, hold on, my brother. But Mr. Latchman is coming to tell us why what we saw in that video is in that condition.
I'm not doubting you, but what I'm saying, Mr. Latchman wouldn't say like Hamilton. He don't know the reality.
But the
reality is that why is it that you think Mr. Gonsalves wants or any ministry wants the health centers to be in that position? It's just like in my house. Mr. Come here, Mr. Bing. I don't know why you don't come and give me a little look up. You know, come and give me a little look up and meet me and my wife and see, and you'll see my house rotten down. I had the loan at the talking my business. I delivered notice of $5,500.
No, you don't need to go into
and
that.
It went and it went to 1.16. And I'm saying is that all of the health centers, the police station, the government institution, even the courthouse, literally the one in town was in trouble. All of them, because why? We don't have the money. Why we don't have the money? Because your good friend, Mr. Gonsalves, you call him Prime Minister, has mismanaged the country and it's going to get worse. And I'm only saying, how do we fix it? We get people. You see, I'm sure you don't even talk about the American election. We are, and I'm saying, hey,
we got our own problems in St. Vincent right now.
The thing is that the American problems is would affect us because, as you know, 100 million.
Today's Judgment Day, Hamo. Today's Judgment Day. Have you ever had a British-American policy?
The reality about that situation, it didn't affect me, but it affected a lot of people.
Okay, let's wait to celebrate with those people.
No, but let me say this. What is going to happen here has really nothing to do so much with the Vincent. That is the Trinidad side of it, but Bico Pico and what has happened there had to do with corruption. And so our, you call them government, literally should not have allowed that to happen to our people because they are safeguards. And I am saying I put it at the feet of Mr. Gonsalves because for me it's that this matter with what happened in St. Vincent Grenadines should not have happened, and I'm saying I want to see somebody go in front of the judge. And and what is going to happen today is the Trinidad side of it. But what the Vincentians who have lost their money? What is about?
Well, that is what we're going to find out. Hamo, this is what we're going to find out today.
I don't trust me.
A lawsuit was brought to the court from people from the Eastern Caribbean for representation to say, well, why weren't we taken care of like the people of Trinidad? So that's what we're gonna wait. That's what we are waiting for today.
Let me just say this now. Allow me to just to say this now. I'm very sure. I'm not here with any party politics. Bing, I could trust you with a lot of things. I could trust you. I hear you. You're consistent. Yet you have faults like all of us. But do you trust the CCJ? Do you really trust the judges in the CCJ? How do I know it? I call them hundreds of thousands of people.
You calling the judges in the CCJ, Hamo?
We do not trust Adrian Sanders. We trust Henry. We trust a few of our judges and our magistrates, but we do not, and so I don't expect.
What is the reason why you don't trust Adrian Sanders?
Not me. The majority of Vincentian had a chance.
But you, let's talk about you. Why don't you trust Justice Adrian Sanders?
Because he seems to be an individual. He's not concerned about rule of law. He's not concerned about people. He is more concerned about the.
And how do you know that? How do you know that?
Because we have so much situations. Even when we were having the consultations with the people when they had a vote concerning referendum, he partisanly partaken to try and influence the Grenadians how to vote and to influence us how to vote. And I'm only saying, shame on you, Adrian Sanders. That is why the majority of people are not.
Let's wait.
No, I'm not waiting. I don't know that information, that whatsoever decision comes, is not going to be trustworthy. And so I'm saying I want them to resign. And I thank God for our people.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. My God, thank you. All right, Hamo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's wait till 1 o'clock and see. All right, let's wait. But come on, Hamo. Come on, man. Thank you. I love you, my brother. I love you, Hamo. I love you. Thank you. Yeah. Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we should have a call by Mr. Latchman, the man who is in charge of these health centers. He will tell us what he's in charge of and what he does, and give us an explanation as to why that place in Bible is in that condition. Yeah. Then we got council coming up at 7:45 this morning. Let's take a quick commercial break and come right back.
Boom Nation, it's your boy Joel Build, awesome.
Boom 106.9, the sound setter of radio.
Young got no money back calling me splurge. Watch me jump right off the curb.
different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody, and we tell 'em now.
Bend it over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 106.9.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 106.9.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Your vision is our mission at Quartz Optical. Get 30% off frames and lenses, plus free eye tests for all throughout Healthy Vision Month. Get that frame today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Your sight is our mission. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Special conditions apply.
Hello champions, I am Sinclair Stapleton, your best friend. Today I'm here to introduce you to the red and green Levee Fruit Herbal Supplements. These products are going to help you to alleviate sickness and pains from your body. They contain 5 powerful fruits and vegetables: noni, acai, mangosteen, pomegranate, and goji berry. And what they do is that they are going to alkaline your body and help you to get rid of sickness and pains from your body. To get in touch with me, contact me at 784-454-7000. Let me repeat, 784-454-7000. I leave you with this tip. Every time you eat, you're either feeding a disease or you're fighting it. Ciao.
Cables, find that at Corazes. We have everything for your home at Corazes. Located in Kingston, located in Annisville. Pembroke, Diamonds, and Backwell. Shop at Corazes. Hardware, Corazes. Helpful Black, Corazes. Fun Black, Corazes. Corazes.
The sound setter of radio.
Young got no money back calling me splurge. Let me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody, and we tell 'em now.
Bend it over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 106.9.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 106.9.
Let's go!
Boom 106.9, the sound setter of radio.
Young got no money back calling me splurge. Let me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody, and we tell 'em now.
Bend it over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 106.9.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 106.9.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Your vision is our mission at Quartz Optical. Get 30% off frames and lenses, plus free eye tests for all throughout Healthy Vision Month. Get that frame today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Book your free
Nation, it's Tamara, repping the 784 loud and proud from Toronto, Canada. Happy Independence, everybody.
All right, let me say we got Mr. Latchman on the phone. I think this is him. Good morning.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hey, David, what's going on, Lachi? Lachi.
Good morning to Boom listeners. And we have with the Shady.
Yeah. He's a comrade. You don't get involved in that. You're a public servant, okay? So you don't get involved in that, please. How you doing, Lachi? How you doing?
I did. I was good up until yesterday. Man called me and say, you're there on the radio calling up my name, man. So I asked him why. He said, you're there on the radio calling up my name and Minister Prince's name. So I said, nah, Bing would never do that.
Never. Come on. I will never do that.
Two of the men who teach Bing how to do things.
You know what I mean?
He would never do that.
I will never do that. Come on. Bless my heart.
I am the person who put the first microphone in your hand and teach you how to hold it and you're on stage, right? And I remember Jimmy Prince was the one who used to lend you his car.
You know what I mean? But now you got Jimmy Prince was the one who brought me into GIS, so I will never, you know what I mean?
Oh Jesus, oh Lord.
And I used to walk without getting pink.
Oh Lord.
So let me know that story.
That is why you used to lend you the car.
Yeah. Lachi, yesterday, I actually brought this video because this video was sent to me by someone. And I think you saw the video by now. Haven't you seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen the video.
And when Candyman called in, of course, you know I'm going to ask him about that. I'm asking what the situation is with that. And he said that he tried to, Candyman already. He tried to wiggly small little way out of things. And I say, where you really going? You don't even know. Get somebody who will know because you don't know. And he said, that's true. I'll get somebody who knows about this. And he said, I'll get Mr. David Latchman. I said, Lachi? He said, yes. I'll get Lachi to call and to give you the information because he's in charge of. And then I said, okay, let's wait until we get Lachi. Lachi, what is your role and your function in the government or Ministry of Health?
Okay, so a formal introduction. My name is David Latchman, for persons who don't know out there. And I am the health planner in the Ministry of Health.
You what?
Which means the health planner.
Oh, health planner. Okay.
Right. Which means I have responsibility for doing the capital project, which the infrastructural projects would fall under. So I would write up all of the infrastructure projects to be done in whatever year and present them to the Ministry of Finance and the budgetary process so that they can be approved.
Okay. So first of all, what I want to know, that project, that compound in Bible which house the clinic, I don't know if it's a clinic or if it's a health center, and I think a police station is also there as well. That was a gift from a source, another country, or was it a loan, or was it taxpayers' money? Do you have any information on that?
Well, I joined the staff the Ministry of Health staff in 2010, October 2010, right? And this was done a little before that. But I think that this building was designed, it's a Molten Mayors design. And I think that this was done on the project, a HIV/AIDS project, when the polyclinic was done as well, or just around that time, right? And it was built as the lower floor, the health center. The upper floor is the nurses' quarters or staff quarters, and there's one section there that is it is like a little conference facility, a meeting room, not necessarily a conference facility, but a little meeting room that is inside that building there.
Okay, and so you don't know who paid for it, the center, or was it a grant? Was it something Taiwan gave us? Was it a loan? That's what I'm trying to ascertain at this time.
Well, usually these projects are twofold. Even though if it was some assistance, I am thinking it probably was through a World Bank, some World Bank assistance. But usually the government would have to put in a significant counterpart contribution to this. And in addition to this, they would buy the furnishing, and they would continue with the furnishing and obviously the paying of staff and so for the facility.
Okay. Now you explain what all is in that compound there. All right. Now, the lower part of the building, we saw the top, the lower part of the building. It's a clinic, correct?
Correct.
And it's in functioning order. It's functioning. It's been used by persons in the area, nurses and doctors.
All right. It is being used, but it is slated for some works to be done on the facility.
The entire facility or just the lower part?
The entire facility, Bing. So if you know the video itself shows going up to the conference or meeting room area, right? The white door that you see there that has
says me and me supposed to go up here, then cool up me up after that video. But anyway, watch here. This porch going upstairs. Oh Jesus Christ, God, watch up here. People, this is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Look at this. This is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Look at this. Look at this. Why, oh my God. This is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Bayabo Health Center. Look. And you don't have to question who is behind the video. It's Venom News now. And you know I don't care. All they just borrowing loans. What are you doing with money there? Look at this. This is the clinic, people. This is upstairs of the clinic. Huh? Look at this. Cowboy more than behind your fridge and so what? What's this place here? Bayabo Health Center. I tell you, boy. This great. Look at the roof. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, boy. Has some dogs say like they telling me good morning. Good morning, dog. I want you to give me your take on the situation of the clinic here. What do you guys think? Says me and me supposed to go up here, then cool up me up after that video. But anyway, watch here. This porch going upstairs. Oh Jesus Christ, God, watch up here. People, this is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Look at this. This is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Look at this. Look at this. Why, oh my God. This is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Bayabo Health Center. Look. And you don't have to question who is behind the video. It's Venom News now. And you know I don't care. All they just borrowing loans. What are you doing with money there? Look at this. This is the clinic, people. This is upstairs of the clinic. Huh? Look at this. Cowboy more than behind your fridge and so what? What's this place here? Bayabo Health Center. I tell you, boy. This great. Look at the roof. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, boy. Has some dog say like they telling me good morning. Good morning, dog. I want you to give me your take on the situation of the clinic here. What do you guys think? Says me and them is supposed to go up here. Then cool up me up after that video. But anyway, watch here. This porch going upstairs. Oh Jesus Christ, God, watch up here. People, this is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Look at this. This is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Look at this. Look at this. Why, oh my God. This is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Bayabo Health Center. Look. And you don't have to question who is behind the video. It's Venom News now. And you know I don't care. All they just borrowing loans. What are they doing with money there? Look at this. This is the clinic, people. This is upstairs of the clinic. Huh? Look at this. Cowboy more than behind your fridge and so watch. What's this place here? Bayabo Health Center. I tell you, boy. This great. Look at the roof. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, boy. Has some dog say like they telling me good morning. Good morning, dog. I want you to give me your take on the situation of the clinic here. What do you guys think? Says me and them is supposed to go up here. Then cool up me up after that video. But anyway, watch here. This porch going upstairs. Oh Jesus Christ, God, watch up here. People, this is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Look at this. This is the upstairs of the clinic in Bayabo. Look at
to do a full rehab on the project and possibly look at other materials. We are looking at things like galvalume. Rather than galvanized that having so much metal, we are looking at stuff like galvalume that having more aluminum that we can put on some of these facilities that are closer to the seaside.
All right, hold a minute for me, please. Apparently there are some persons who are saying that they're not hearing you. Oh, okay. But that doesn't justify why they're not hearing him. You guys hearing Lachi out there now? Let somebody say, please. Because he was coming too fine for me. He was coming too fine to me. I don't know. I'm not sure why there are persons who are saying they're not hearing him. Yeah, but go ahead, Lachi. Go ahead. Yeah,
right.
They're saying they're hearing you loud and clear, but some persons were saying that they weren't hearing you. Go ahead, Lachi, go ahead.
Right, so we are looking at, improvising and trying to use other materials and stuff. Now, Ministry of Transport would have completed the initial assessment of the facility, but they were doing the bills of quantities. Now, the bills of quantities and the final is what we will use to go out to the contractor, right, to present to the contractor and say, hey, this is the scope of work that we want you to do on this building. Please provide a price quotation on this. The Ministry of Transport and Works has not completed this as yet. And one of the main reasons was that we were short on some human resources. I know all the guys in the Transport and Works there. And after burial, they became very overwhelmed. And I'm being honest, the work is a lot of work. They've been doing all of the journeys. They had to present their assessment for World Bank. You see, you got some assistance from World Bank there. They had to provide assessment for doing all of the public health facilities and so in these islands. Right, so they are overwhelmed, and it took away some of the human resource from getting this done.
Lachi, if you don't mind me cutting in here, respectfully, this what we saw in the video. What happened in the building? What the building looks like? This didn't happen during burial time. This would have, gotten worse over a period of time. It would have been a build-up of it getting worse and worse and no maintenance. Would you agree with me?
Yes, in some cases it is a delayed response, and because this process is not just with the Ministry of Health or with BRACS or with Transport, and we work together. We have to get the required finance. So sort of one depends on the other. kind of scenario. And yes, some of these facilities, they are, and I could call out Byra facility for instance, which is another facility that has been left for some time to sort of test, if you want to call it that, right? But we have these things in the pipeline. As I said, it was scheduled this year. There's a $940,000 allocation to this facility here, with a provision made for some temporary movement to move out the building temporarily while the work is being done. But just that we didn't get the bills of quantities and the final scope of work. So we are waiting this, and as soon as we get this, then we can go out to tender.
Okay, but so then you're saying this structure and the structure in Byra, would you agree with me then, based on what I've heard you said this morning, that it's a resources in terms of money, because it's been like this for a while, and you don't have the monies to fix it?
No, the monies are there. The monies are budgeted. In the case of Byra, we are building a temporary facility in Byra, which we are now, it's now gone to tenders board. Actually, we have the money. We have a contractor identified, and they're going to start in a couple of weeks. And there's monies already programmed for a new Byra Health Center.
Okay. I've heard that, right? And I've got limited time. That's why I don't want to seem like if I'm rushing you. But why leave these facilities to run down and deteriorate in the way they are now? Why leave it? Why leave the Bible one, and why leave the Byra one to run down so badly that you have to build a new one? And why leave them like this? Why?
I'm going to call it as I see. I think it is a human resource problem that we have in St. Vincent. We don't have, in some cases, enough contracting companies. We don't have enough engineers and architects and design persons, builders. We probably have about 2 or 3 persons. I understand that Ministry of Transport just hired another electrical person from I think it's another island also, to come in and support their services. I don't think that there's enough of these persons. When they get trained, when they get some experience, and so they tend to go out on private projects that they're being paid a lot more money. And we are doing a lot of projects in the government as well. The ports, the hotels, the bridges, and so on.
So then, if that is the case, then Lachi, when you said that there's monies in the budget to fix this, now where are you going to get the resources, the manpower resources to fix it from, based on what you just said there?
Right. So we have been attempting, right, to even go outside of the public service, right, to try and get persons to do our bills of quantities. Right, to advance the process, to get it done a little faster. We're saying, a particular company, we say, could you provide us these 3 health centers need bills of quantities? Could you provide us with these things? They say no, because we're busy. We're working on. We have so much projects in St. Vincent, and so we're working on these. We are not able to provide these for you now. And in some cases, the BRACTA and the Ministry of Transport and Work would come through before even these private contractors. So we have been trying, but we cannot go out and you give a contractor something to bid on, one contractor to bid on what he sees. So he might just see that the roof is rotted and the rails, the nails, and so in the balustrade wall and so are rotted. And then the next one will see, we have structural cracks and we have windows that are missing, and they would respond to things. So a critical part of having the process advanced is getting the bills of quantity so that we could go out to tender. And I think that is where we have a little bottleneck.
All right, Lachi, give me a list quickly. Give me a list of other projects, health centers or health facilities that are in similar condition that needs fixing quickly.
Well, it's not in similar condition. I will give you a list of facilities that we are currently working on. The Greg's facility, for example, is getting a major overhaul.
So that was left to go down because according to you, resources weren't available to deal with it. So Greg's facility needs fixing. Go ahead.
No, Greg's facility is being fixed. It's about 70% completed. We have the Lowman's Windward facility that we just did some work on. It is about 90 or 95% completed. We are working on the Cedars doctors' quarters or Cedars staff quarters. Obviously,
what about Evesham near to you?
Yeah, we actually did work on Evesham some time ago. Doing some hurricane resistant thing. We actually have a solar panel project that is going on the roof there of that facility. I know you're concerned about your Riley people. Yeah. Obviously, the work down in the Grenadines thing, it is ongoing. The Myra Health Center, the Union Island Hospital, the Union Island
the Grenadines are as a result of Hurricane Beryl.
Right.
But I was more concerned about those that were left to deteriorate in the condition that we've seen them in. Actually, so unfortunately, I've got to run. I would like to bring you back on at some point because we've got Council backstage. He's waiting. He's been waiting a while. But I'd like to bring you back on because I would like to. I even bring you in the studio. I'd like to have some more discussion with you with regards to not just the condition of these structures, but with regards to what's the plan moving forward in terms of general maintenance and how we're going to make sure that these structures don't deteriorate into the way that this one has and the one in Byron and the one in Evesham and those others that we know about. Okay, so if you can give me a commitment that you'll be willing to come in studio at some point and let's have a discussion on these health structures.
Then give me a call anytime, man. I'll be willing to.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. All right, and thank you very much for giving us your time this morning.
No problem, man.
Thank you. All right, let's go straight to Council. We got Council backstage. You've been waiting for a while. Shady, let's
Plain talk. Plain talk with Jumo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All your talk now on OMG.
Good morning.
Good morning, Council. Good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Bing. Good morning, Shady. Most of all, good morning to your listeners.
You've got a smile on your face this morning. I can't tell the last time I've seen that.
Yeah, well, I was told that I need to smile more, so I am actually practicing.
You're practicing to smile.
Yeah.
First of all, I think you need to.
The truth of the matter, Bing, is that some people have a natural smile. I don't think I was gifted with such a smile. I mean, the Jamaican song say, ain't much to smile about.
Nothing to smile about at all. Yeah.
Now, why did you invite Lachi in? I mean, you should have invited the Minister of Health. Why did you invite Lachi?
Well, Lachi is the one who's responsible for. Did you hear?
No, Lachi is not the one who is responsible.
No. I'm not saying he's the one responsible, but he's the one who's responsible for the scope of work. But you're correct. But Lachi name came into the mix yesterday because it was suggested when I questioned Candyman about the condition of the Bible Health Center. He said, you know what, let me get back to you on that. As a matter of fact, let me get someone who would be able to give you the answers on that, as he usually do and as he usually come true. So he suggested Lachi.
Yeah, deflection. But really, you should have invited. I mean, you can't do that to Lachi. Lachi has absolutely no control over these things. And what Lachi is saying, and what St. Vincent knows, all of the residents of St. Vincent, including those who support the governing party, is that St. Vincent is in a state of disrepair. I mean, I don't think that anyone can seriously argue that point. St. Vincent is in a state of disrepair. I mean, whether we're talking health centers, police stations, government buildings, anything that has to do with the administration, it's in a ramshackle situation. And that is so unfortunate. I mean, when we consider that we are in a mad rush to strangle the population with debt, where the hell are these guys? What are they doing with the money? What are they doing with the money that after all of, you only have to look around. You go into some of these buildings, the toilets are horrible. You go in another one, I mean, if you go into Kingston Market, you go, wherever you go, we are in disrepair. Wherever you go, we are falling apart. And we have a lot of money, at least the government brags that it makes governance look easy. Well, geez. If this is making government look easy, one has to shudder to think what it would look like if we admit that governance is difficult business. Because these countries are not easy to rule. We don't have money, but we are borrowing an inordinate amount of money, hundreds of millions of dollars. Which takes me to what I want to talk about this morning, Bing. I don't know if you had a chance to read it, but there was this piece in Eyewitness News that says World Bank approves $63 million to support burial affected communities. I'm not sure if you saw that. Now, yes. Is this a new loan, or is this the repurposed loan that Prime Minister Gonzalez and Camilo Gonzalez said, which was initially earmarked for the international airport? Because we got $63 million then. And as I reported, on June 9th, not June 9th, on August 9th, 2022, the World Bank had credited the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines with $51 million US. And in the press conference on August 10th, I think it was, 2022, Finance Minister Camilo Gonzalez says that in short order, they would get the other $13 million. Then it was supposed to be $64 million. So back then, by 2023, July of 2023, we should have had $64 million from the World Bank to do the hospital. And now we are hearing from the World Bank that St. Vincent has acquired another loan of $63 million. If that's the case, then it means that we are spending 127 million US dollars. So 127 million US dollars. This is about 400 million Eastern Caribbean dollars on burial related relief. That's a phenomenal amount of money. That is actually, and this is from the World Bank alone. If our budget last year was 1.6 billion, 400 million is a good 35%. About 30% of the budget, the national budget. So that is include in addition to the money that was budgeted last year to be spent. And our conditions are the way they are. What kind of stewardship is this? Another thing that struck me about the piece from the World Bank being, and I don't know where the World Bank got this information from, and it is probable that they got it from the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The World Bank says, well, this I'm quoting Eyewitness News. 52% of the country's population suffered significant destruction to housing, transportation, infrastructure, public buildings, including schools and fishery centers, after the passage of Hurricane Beryl. 52% of our country population suffered significant destruction. Are we to believe that? I mean, Bing, I don't know about you, but certainly we had destruction. We had overwhelming, devastating destruction in the southern Grenadines. And we had some impact here on the mainland. But where did we get the numbers that 52% of the population suffered significant destruction? Are we padding these numbers to borrow money? Because remember, when we borrow this money, we have to pay it back. Is this part of the strategy to put a hook in the gill of the nation? I mean, these are just logical questions that come to mind. This has nothing to do with anything partisan at all, or anything political for that matter. This has to do with the nation's interests. I mean, I don't know about you, Bing. I don't know if listeners are with me on this point. But if we are borrowing $63 million on top of the $64 million which we got as early as 2022, which the government told us was repurposed to do burial relief, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And further in the report, it says that a lot of this money, we're going to give it away. We are going to give income grants to households severely impacted. And we are going to focus on vulnerable groups, especially women. Now, somebody help me to understand how in an economy like St. Vincent, where there are more women employed than men, somebody help me to understand why, when we talk about vulnerable groups, we single out women as if men are not vulnerable. Because clearly women are vulnerable, particularly women who are taking care of their children and so on. But this erasure of men, I think, is problematic, and that is why we are having so many difficulties and problems in the criminal justice system, because enough attention is not paid to men. We tend to say, oh, they're worthless, they're vagabonds, they want to do so and so and so and so. So there's income grants to households severely impacted. And the elderly would get something, and the disabled would get something. This sounds like a package of giveaways. You know the kind of giveaways we get around Independence, which we're probably going to hear about on the 27th. That's what this sounds like. You know, a lot of feel-good giveaways. Small businesses gonna get grants. And people are there's something called Cash for Work initiative that people are gonna get money for. And the unemployed apparently are slated to get jobs. They're gonna be provided with jobs. And we are told in this report that this project is intended to impact on 18% of the population, but 49% of them are women. How do these calculate? This has to be plucked out of thin air. How do we say that there's devastation to 56% of the population, but 49% the project is expected to benefit 18% of the population, but 49% of whom are women. How does that work? How are these calculations done? 9% are elderly. So the hurricane wrapped its way or deviated from men, or did it decide to only touch 9% of the elderly? But however, it says the report, it's intended to assist 43% of persons under the age of 24. So what happened to the people between the ages of 25 and 40? You see, that's the danger with statistics. Because when we start, when we start looking at throwing numbers out at people, it may sound impressive until we interrogate the numbers. Because if you have a disaster that impacted 56% of the population, how then do we say that the benefits which we are giving out are going to 49% of the women, or to 24% of the persons under the age of 14? Bing, I'm not sure if you're there. I'm not sure if you're following what I'm saying.
I'm listening to you, Council.
I hope listeners are understanding what I'm trying to say. Because you see, there's this tendency in St. Vincent to say, oh, we are helping poor people. Remember some time ago when the government borrowed $10 million from the World Bank? I think it was after the volcano, and they bragged. I heard PM Gonzalez bragging, we borrowed $10 million and we gave it away. Hundreds of thousands, probably millions were given away in the prime support. We haven't heard any report back yet as to how that investment played itself out. We heard Finance Minister Camilo Gonzalez saying recently that a lot of people who get the assistance to study don't pay back. Well, I mean, these grants are not, you don't have to pay it back, you just get it. But I think those are the issues, Bing, that are of paramount importance. Those are the issues that I think Vincentians need to be thinking about. We need to have some serious investigating reporting, because what Kenton Chance did here in this piece was to simply report what the World Bank said. But certainly, we need to now go under this and think long and hard as to whether these are just numbers that the government just spit out, or if there was a real assessment, an objective assessment. Remember, after the volcanic eruption, the professionals had gone out and said they had given a certain amount. I can't remember how much it was now. I think it might have been 600 homes that might have been damaged. And they came back and reported to the Prime Minister, who was not a professional. And he says, from anecdotal evidence and from information which he has as a senior citizen living in St. Vincent, he knew that it must be, and the number jumped from 600 to about 3,005. I don't know. But I read this piece and I thought I should come and talk about it, because I am quite concerned with the debt problem that we have in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and this resolve on the part of the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to, by the day, create and to force down the throat of Vincentians a bigger and bigger hook in the national guild. That's my take for this morning, Bing.
All right, Council, I want to thank you very much for that. There were some things in there that I think that I will get back to, but
at another time because we gone past the top, way past the top. So let's go to the station ID at the top. Thank you very much, Kongso. Thank you.
Until we meet again, all the best.
Again, that'll be tomorrow morning. Shady, let's go. Let's go. Do a station ID. Let's go.
Join us as we celebrate everything we love about St. Vincent and the Grenadines. From the legends we admire to the stories that bring us together, Properly Vincy has got you covered every single day, right here on Boom 1069. Tune in daily for Vincy Legends. Send love to your area on air and online. And don't miss your chance to shine and win prizes on our street interviews and 45 Seconds of Fame contest. Brought to you by Inter-Caribbean Airlines, Metrocent General Insurance, and supported by Basil's at Villa, GNR Ice Cream, E-Scoot Rentals, Building and Loan, IKTV 112, and Boom 1069, the trending station for all things Vincy. SVG starts with OMG in the morning on the trending station.
This one is for my people, wherever you are. This is the song, yeah. I hold my head up and I ask why, 'cause I don't know you my whole life. Don't worry, my people, don't cry, 'cause everything go be alright. Just look around, tell me what you see. I see all my friends, I see family. Give thanks for life and let it be time for you and me. Come let we celebrate our country blessings, 'cause we have life and that's the best thing. Let we celebrate.
We got the press officer coming up in 5 minutes time.
And that's the best thing. So
you know, I really got to get someone to come in here and to tell me how the World Bank functions, you know. Non-political person, a professional who can explain the real way the World Bank functions, because I'm hearing different stories from different sides.
It's like if I can't do anything, but I just want you to know one thing. We are strong and we are boasting about it. You can't keep a good man down. Whatever we lost, it must be found. Build back, unite, we never renounce. Can't take us out. Come let we celebrate and country blessings, 'cause we have life and that's the best thing. Let we celebrate and country blessings, 'cause we have life and that's the best thing. Together we go rise and make it out. We resilient, yeah we proud. Together we go rise and make it out. We resilient, yeah we proud. Let us be our brothers' keepers. Hold their hands, pull them from deeper. This is nothing that I dreamed of, but tears that we cry could grow the trees back. You can't keep a good man down. Whatever we lost, it must be found. Build back, unite, we never renounce. Can't take us out. Come let we celebrate and come to blessings, 'cause we have life and that's the day.
Hey, just remember, I don't know if you remember last year, and if you remembered it, if you was wondering if it's going to happen again this year, but for sure, I got a message from my friend that this year the Niagara Falls lighting in the colors of the national flag will be happening. Yeah, but then I don't know how many people in Canada would hear us because we've been blocked out in Canada. There are persons in Canada who cannot get Boom, right? But I'll give you the information still. Maybe you can pass it on to your friends and family in Canada. Niagara Falls lighting in our national colors. Sunday, October 27th on Independence Day. Yeah? Join us for a comfortable coast ride to witness the lighting of Niagara Falls. Departure time from Scarborough Town Center at 5 p.m. James and Prince Street Mall at 5:45 p.m. Square One Mall at 6:15 p.m. Niagara Falls at 10:45 p.m. Contact June at 647 867 7931. Let me do that number again. I'm in some pain this morning, so please forgive me, all right? The contact number for June is 647 867 7930. That's the Niagara Falls lighting up in the national colors of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yeah, it's happening on Independence night evening. All right, and you can have a comfortable coach ride to witness the lighting of the Niagara Falls. And those of you in New York City, I know you can go over, yeah, on that side. Go over and check out the falls, the lighting of the falls. You can depart, the departure time, and it's only $30, by the way. Departure time from Scarborough Town Center is at 5 p.m. Jane and Finch Mall at 5:45 p.m. Square One Mall at 6:15 p.m. Niagara Falls at 10:45 p.m. And of course, like I said, you can contact June. Let me get June number there for you again so that I don't mess it up. Yeah? You can contact June. Prefer to mess up the other number, but not June number. Yeah? You can contact June at 647 867 7930. It's $30 return trip. It's a comfortable ride to go see. And those of you who missed it last year and you were quite upset, well, here's an opportunity to see it again this year, right? And feel proud and nationalistic and get those goosebumps that you get, yeah? Seeing the lights at the Niagara Falls in the national colors of SVG. It's $30 return trip. Well, I hear from other partner in New York, there, boy. I don't know if the thing will light up in New York. I don't know. I hearing all kind of news about who running for East Kingston. I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Luther going to run in East Kingston. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that I ain't hearing nothing from New York side about the lighting up of the Empire State Building. You know, last year that was a big thing, but I ain't hearing nothing. I don't know if plans, you know, we're more caught up now in planning the campaign. I am not saying that I heard that Luther going to run in East Kingston. That's not what I'm saying. I will never say that. All right, I will never say that. All right. So anyway, let's go. Let's go to the doctor. Let's go, doctor. I can't dance this morning, boy. My foot killing me.
The other day me a pass through Mona. Woke up on a nice girl named Ramona. She addicted to me sweet aroma. So later down me go put her in a coma. The way it's sweet and she tell her Selena. And Selena go write all the cleaner. She want the doctor to make she walk cleaner. To me know so them yellow man schemer.
Let's dance. Let's dance, folks. Let's dance. Now you go dance with me. Let's see, shit, dance with me now, You don't have one foot, yeah. Dance with your comrade, coming in for you dance with him. Go on. Good morning.
Let's dance, baby. Welcome to my music, boy.
The music playing, yeah.
Oh my gosh, man.
Your comrade.
That thing. What's this? I gotta dance. We gotta dance. Let's dance. Woo!
Boy, you are a real fool, boy. Lord.
Hey.
You just really have some people here in the morning. You have no behavior at all, boy. Oh, gosh, boy.
Everybody dance like the comrade.
Oh, is that us you're talking about? Oh,
Good morning, comrade JD. Good morning. Good morning.
Don't
Good
answer.
morning.
Turn off your mic. Don't answer. Don't answer.
Shady,
Don't answer.
Shady, you know, we are enjoying this month of celebration of being Vincentian, and I think it must mean a lot to you to be able to play that song from Wetty in the morning time, specifically because it's your fellow Union Islander, and given the
I thought you was going to say Wetty is a comrade too. I thought that was what you were going to say. I thought that's what you was going to say.
Of course, Wetty is a comrade, but you see, you have comrades on your mind, you know. You're gonna get your licks next year. Wait until next year, no, man. You're so hurry. All you have is to hurry for licks and then ball. All you wait, ball. Wait, no, man. You're
God, boy. Oh, gosh, boy. Oh, Lord, boy. What do we do?
You know, but it's a beautiful rendition from Wetty, and it's at the right time to celebrate 45 years of independence in the Grenadines. I just want to congratulate Wetty on that one.
Come
and
on,
I
give
thank
him
you.
some.
I thank. Yeah. And I was saying, I also want to thank radio stations and DJs and announcers like Boom and Shady and
Give me some. Give me some.
for giving what to the recognition.
I know you want to thank somebody else, you know. Go on.
Hey?
What
No.
this diplomatic passport?
Long time.
Oh, that's why you. Oh! Boy, there's nothing thing about you. Eh? You don't
Wetty doesn't have any words. Wetty doesn't have any words.
There's always something when it comes to you, boy. Anyway, go on.
Wetty doesn't deserve a diplomatic passport, according to me.
Oh, Lord, boy. Lord.
Yeah. It's your bad mind of all, yeah? That's why all in opposition, you know. It's all about it. Yeah. Anyway, this morning, Ben, why you have this video playing? Why you invite Lachi to come on the program?
That was Shady.
Half of what Lachi was saying I didn't hear because all I'm hearing and seeing is the video.
Yeah, that was a technical problem, but it got sorted out.
That's exact. Don't bother play no video again next time.
No, but it was sorted out quickly, so don't worry.
No, it wasn't sorted out quickly.
It was sorted out quickly. It was sorted out quickly.
It went on for about 5 minutes.
But Jimmy said, Council said, why we did that to why you did that to Lachi? Why not? I wanted to tell him. I wanted to tell him. ULP people. The only ULP person who are afraid to come and boom is you. And ULP candidates and ministers, they're afraid. They prefer to go in the comfort zone. You know, where they go just where they go just talk and they go just say
No, that's
come
not.
Shady. Pull the joiner, man. Pull the joiner. All they go is That's all they go is. And they go, Johnny Pig. That's Prime Minister. Johnny Pig.
You see, I think they're afraid, but not for the reason that you outlined. When you have people like Jomo on your program, I think they're all afraid that people would associate them with Jomo.
Oh, give me a damn break. So they're afraid Jomo.
I watched Jomo last night. He and his 9 listeners, as he usually gets on his program. Yeah, the man. No wonder he love Boom so much. You know, he can use Boom platform to actually reach people. If it's him alone, he had 9 people.
Why you always picking on Council like that? Could you move on, please? Move on.
Why you can call in and make such a nonsensical point that Lachi shouldn't say anything? I tell you, this is a real Skittles man, you know. On umpteen mornings, he calling to say only one man in this country speaks for everybody. You know that he said that, Bing. I know that he says that. All the listeners know he says that. One man in the country speaks for everybody, right? Okay. He says Ralph talks to everybody. Nobody dares talk because Ralph will shut them up and this and that. We don't live in a democracy and this and that. That is the Skittles. That is the blue Skittles. This morning, pink Skittles come out. Nobody else must talk. I mean, the person who is responsible for the project to upgrade the facility is talking. Who else is supposed to talk? You could believe this is a man that sat in the House of Representatives, in the Parliament of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That sounds so backward on the radio. I mean, Jomo is a much more educated man than I am. You think that he'd understand these things? Well, maybe he understands these things. But he is deliberately being disingenuous. That's why he could only muster to get 9 people to listen to him when he alone on radio. Give it to him for Bing. Nobody else will listen to him other than he 9 listeners. Every Tuesday night. You know, I gotta change the thing from voices to voices. You alone. The echo chamber, well, if it's echoing in somewhere, go that one. Anyway, the point is this. Who is the better individual to give you that information? The man who is on the ground, who is conducting the program. When I called in yesterday, I indicated, you say if I'm lying, Bing, I indicated that there is a project to rehabilitate that facility. Did I not so do? And then I indicated that there is a public servant who is in charge of that said project, and that I will get him to call and give the details about it. Of course, he called in and you asked for details about other projects, and he gave details about other projects, which fall under his jurisdiction. Or you can call in and vex over that. I mean, this is what journalism entails. You get both sides of the story and you let your listeners decide who they want to believe or what they want to believe. People want to believe in democracy, you know, until they hear voices, no pun intended, that don't agree with their opinions. So democracy means everybody has a voice. You can't shut people up at your convenience and then claim we live in an anti-democratic society. It's because of you, because of people like you. So that's that for that. I also wanted to... Why? What's the problem there? What's the problem? You okay?
The only problem is you, okay? So let me move on, please.
What? Why am I your problem?
The only problem is you.
Why am I your problem? Why am I your problem?
I don't want the production staff ready. Let me see.
I also wanted to talk about the hypocrisy of this man. When he was with the ULP, everything that the World Bank said was good and true and factual. Now, he's insinuating that the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is controlling the World Bank. Where they get all these numbers, where they get all these figures, it had to be to get it from the government. Right. So, World Bank officials are some idiots that sit in a room on the far corner of the globe, and Camilo calls them in the morning and says, hey, Oligo said this and said that, and don't mention this and don't mention that. And they go, We've just suffered one of the worst natural disasters in our history. The devastation is there. And so he questions all the measures and initiatives that are being put in place to assist people who have been knocked off their feet by this terrible disaster. But you know what you did not get? Not one single solution. Not one single alternative. He calls and rambles and rambles. Oh, he's concerned. He's concerned about the debt. But you mustn't call debt. If you suffer a disaster of that magnitude. And the preliminary estimates are that you have to spend $400 million in recovery. That's a preliminary estimate. So how else you're going to get it? You must incur debt. He's concerned about the debt. Are you not concerned about the people that we have to help? And yes, there are vulnerable people, and there are people who might not have been or who would not have been in the vulnerable bracket category prior to the storm. But the storm has placed them there. That's what storms do. That's what disasters do. So you have to reassess after the disaster. Well, no, he claimed, no, these women, we're giving too much to these women. And it's 18%. And, I mean, looking at all the numbers, all right, fine. Could interrogate the numbers. But we're talking about people who need help. And again, he speaks out of both sides of his mouth. And one time the government is not doing enough to help people. And then the government says, this is how we're going to help the people. Yeah, and he says, this is too much. I mean, which one do you want? This government, when Jomo ran as a candidate for the Unity Labour Party, he bragged about how well his government handles disasters and how we help people, how we build free homes for people. You won't see that in a video, Ambing? It's there. Now he has a problem. Where was the government getting the money from? When he was bragging about how the government was helping people and building free homes for people who lost their homes in storms, etc. Where was the money coming from? Not the same loans that he was bragging about. Now he has a problem with it. The same thing. Oh, we got to be concerned. There's yellow skittles coming out now. I mean, and on top of all of that, there's no alternative proposal. So how do you suggest we help the people? If you're so concerned, you sit and you read and you crunch numbers and all of that because you're concerned about making political gains. That's all you're concerned about. If your concern was about helping the people, not only would you have come this morning and said, yes, maybe this is not the right approach. You'd have given your interpretation, your suggestion of what the right approach is. How do we help these people? Not since burial has hit us. Have you heard anything like that from Jomo? And all of them, the best you've heard is a promise from the leader of the opposition. I'm going to give you $100,000. I mean, with a disaster like this, $100,000 is not a lot of money. But it's a sizable commitment. He committed to it. In back-to-school assistance. $100,000, he says. And then what does he do? He go home on vacation in Canada and stays long enough for us to forget that he promised $100,000. He comes back. Then have you heard the leader of the opposition?
Don't ask me no question. You tell me.
No, you can't answer that.
You tell me don't interrupt you, so I'm not interrupt you.
You can't answer that. You can't answer that one.
Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me in my silence.
You can't answer that one.
Don't tell me. I can't defend the
Talk now. You can't talk. You can't talk. Since he come back, since he returned from home in Canada, not one word. And all these people, all these hypocrites, who are always so concerned about accountability. They give him a free pass or leave him alone. He's not in government. Well, he didn't know he's not in government before he made the promise. And if a man could promise you $100,000 when he's in opposition and just forget about it, forget it, as soon as it comes out of his mouth, he promises suffering intentions, $100,000 in assistance. Soon as they come out his mouth, he forgot it. So you entrust him in government? Good morning, dear. That can't make any sense, but we have these people, you know, who call themselves, they're the only patriots in this country. Nobody else patriotic. Only them. But the leader of the opposition can say whatever you want, you can make any promise you want and not deliver on it. And that's fine with them. You go put him in. But if you have a guava tree plant in Mexico, and a bearing guava, and you want lime, if you dig it up and plant it in Argyle, it ain't going to be lime. It's still a guava tree. So if Dr. Friday is lazy in opposition, he would be a lazy prime minister. No. And if he's lazy, and if he doesn't keep his promises, and he doesn't display any form of accountability in opposition, you will get the same thing in government. It's the same guava tree.
Why do I have to?
But I don't.
I should take out my headphone and this mosquito.
Why? Am I talking something that's untrue? The man he promised the money. You ain't hear nothing from him since.
Money.
You invited Mr. Cummings on last week. He come and he got everybody. He's the only engineer in convention. Nobody else smart. Nobody making sense and so on. You know. He tell all kind of lies. The Friday never write letter. I send you the letter. You never read the letter. I sent you the letter. You never read the letter because you afraid. You used to be a bad man then. You're not a bad man anymore. You're afraid to read the letter. I send you the letter to your face. Read it to his face. Went in the house. I never said that. I sent you the video of him saying that.
I played the video. I played the video.
They played for him?
I played the video.
What did he say?
I can't remember.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
Gosh, boy.
You think I remember? You think I remember when he tell me, that is none of your damn place. I almost dropped down. Hey, Chester have an interesting commentary this morning. You need to listen to Chester this morning, boy. That is none of your damn place. When we get in there, we will deal with that.
Yeah, the guava tree telling you when you get it, you will get orange. You know? It's alright. Well, I'm in the office now. I got a meeting. That guy running too.
Yeah,
so
listen, buddy.
I want to thank you very much.
Make sure you tune in on social media at 1 o'clock today, because the government ain't care about people who had British American policies. Some of them dead and all.
That's not true. That's not true. You know the government. You know the government did a lot of.
I'm saying, tune in
that's
today.
Not true. That's not
the
true.
CCJ will be handing down.
I am saying to you that's not true.
But I'm telling you something. Will you shut up? Will you shut up? The CCJ will be handing down.
The same CCJ that y'all don't have any belief in. The same unfair CCJ that your party says is unfair, that people could never get.
Yes.
So you really think you can get fair judgment from the CCJ?
CCJ will hand down
you
the
think you can get fair judgment
at
from
1
the
o'clock
CCJ?
today, right? At 1 o'clock today, you can catch it on IKTV or on our social media pages live, the judgment live, okay? You can catch it there, okay? And tell the couple I said to watch it too, all right? Okay,
we'll be following.
Yeah,
but I really hope that
it will be
I really hope that the policy holders I really hope the policy holders receive proper compensation.
Definitely.
And just compensation in this matter.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest travesties committed against people in our Caribbean, and I would say in this hemisphere historically. Is a real ripoff, you know, and I really hope that this judgment goes in the favor of the policy holders. So we're on the same page where this is concerned.
Oh, definitely. And
yeah.
I hope if it goes well, a lot of people, over 2,000 policyholders, will be celebrating today at 1 o'clock. And remember, you can please follow it, please, okay?
I will. So it's on IKTV page and
Boom Facebook page as well too. All our platforms. Make sure you follow the Judgment Day for a lot of people. A lot of people have been calling, trying to get their names put down, but it was already too late to get their names in. So hopefully after this, you know.
But this is the problem that we normally have in government as well. Sometimes people wait until late and You know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I understand that problem.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And big up Fitz on the lighting up. I hope people go out and support
Yeah, what
Niagara Falls.
We having any lighting up in New York? With the Empire State Building lighted up this year? Tell me, answer the question, man. You're not a person who don't answer my questions. You going to have Luther call me?
I know you have Luther. I know you have Luther number. I think you can call it. Why you running from Luther? Are you running from Luther because you hear Luther running?
Luther running?
You hear Luther running?
It's just been confirmed.
No, I'm telling you what you
Why
hear.
all the treat Luke Brown like that?
No.
Luke Brown is a good boy.
I'm telling you what you
Luke
hear.
Brown said when I interview him, give unto Caesar that which is Caesar. That is why you always decide to put on Luke Brown. I interviewed Luke Brown in here. Luke Brown said, give unto Caesar that which is Caesar. Support to Caesar. When they had the convention. So I decided to pull out Luke Brown and put in Luther. I hope Luke Brown going because Luther, I hope Luther going. Luke Brown is my boy. You know what I mean? Luther is my boy.
You want Luther to run?
No, I'm not saying I want Luther to run. I'm hearing that Luther is running.
I know you hear that.
Do you confirm or do you deny?
I can't confirm that. How could I confirm that?
But do you know if it's true or not?
I know you hear it.
No, but do you know if it's true or not? You don't have to say if it's true or not.
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
As far as I know, Luther has not indicated any intent of running.
Is now Luther
as far as I know.
Is what all you want in that upper
Okay, because he's gonna be a candidate against his will. We all just come up with this narrative. We all just come up with them thing here. It's not what he wants. It's what you all leader want. When you all have focus on all the convention, when all you have convention, it's no democracy in that tonight. What the leader want.
Listen to Chester's question. You're going to enjoy it. Listen to Chester's question. All right? It's coming up right now. Right now.
He wants me? You want me?
Listen to Chester's question, man. Go on to your Prime Minister. He wants you. Go ahead. He wants you.
Yeah. He calling me. Remember, he's sitting next to me whispering in my ear.
Boy, you is trouble. I meet a man like you, boy. Chester's question is coming up. Let's get rid of this idiot right now. We love you, buddy. Catch you tomorrow morning, same time. It's now time for Chester's question. We're going to jump straight into it. It's a interesting one this morning. Here we go. Chester's questions, people. You've been waiting for it. Here we go.
This is Chester's questions. Do you plan on still doing that? Doing what? Changing relations from Taiwan to China. That is something you do when you're in government. It doesn't occupy my mind at this time at all. What's your position on it? You don't have a position on it? Yes. But what's your position on it? That's none of your damn business. Where are we, people of SVG? Where are we, citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Where are you? It's the same question God asked Adam in Genesis chapter 3. And it is there for a reason. God is asking his creation, his relation, his son, if you will. In the beginning, in the Genesis, something new is happening. There is a relationship, and God is asking Adam, who appears not to know who he is or where he is. Hence the question. Not physically where you are, but mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. Where are you? Do you know who you are? Where you're going? If you don't know where you are, you can't know where you're going. You have to know where you come from. You have to know your genesis. You have to know who you are. Are you God's person, or are you a political person, a political predator? Where are you? Hiding, he said. Vincentians, don't hide your thinking behind the insignificant fig leaf of political mismanagement and politicians' unmanaged anger and their lust for power, using you as their fuel. And another question, if I may paraphrase the ever-eloquent erudite words of one infamous parliamentarian. What can us do? The first question I uttered about 90 seconds ago is of a politician and a media practitioner, a citizen of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who had the absolute right to ask that question. Sisters and brothers of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, do we know where we are? We're supposed to be living in the Garden of Eden. Are we? St. Vincent and the Grenadines is supposed to be the land of the blessed. Is it? Are we the natural place to be? Remember that? The land of Pax et Justitia? Well, that's all Greek to us, or Latin, as the case may be. The Caribbean you're looking for. For true? Sociopolitically, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is most definitely not the Caribbean its citizens are looking for. We are in dire straits. That's where we are. We are in the clutches of some dangerous people. Politicians of the ULP and the NDP. The ULP greedier than ever, and politicians of the NDP apparently have little to offer but their own pain caused by their own decisions, self-inflicted, unmanaged egos, emotional wounds dictated to by their anger, because of the trauma, understandably, that they have suffered for a quarter of a century, emanating from what was done to them politically. The mental, emotional slaps in Parliament and the physical kicking and throwing down the stairs of said Parliament building. The NDP has suffered tremendous trauma as a party, and its members have suffered personally. I can empathize. No one knows the suffering I've seen. I remember James Mitchell saying that. And just last week, Daniel Cummings of the NDP hinted at his great suffering as well. Quite true. Noted, Daniel. I do not wish in any way to diminish, nor do I intend to make light of the suffering of anyone, of any of my 100,000 plus brothers or sisters in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or anywhere in the world. What I have discovered, though, is that people who are hurt people. Which is to say, every single person on the planet, as everyone has suffered some measure of trauma. Lord knows Vincentians have been politically traumatized over the last quarter of a century. Hurt people tend to hurt other people. And when you are a person of political power and you have been traumatized, you then tend to traumatize those of your community. I am not pointing a finger. I am just noting the facts. I have hurt others close to me. They say you hurt the ones you love. That is because you are looking for help, but we do not know psychologically, mentally, emotionally how to respond to the hurt. So we take it out on others. We traumatize others. I have done it. The point here is, those of us in our community who have political power, because we have either taken it or it has been given to us with a little X, that causes more trauma if it cannot be managed. And it is not being managed. This is the history of politics everywhere in the world and in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Politically powerful people who are themselves traumatized always hurt their citizens whom they abuse and use. It's a sad, detrimental, no-win political process. This is what I imagine is happening to the NDP. And it will only get worse when they take the reins of the broken device, which is the broken political machinery, using the political ruler to measure the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and to keep them in place. In the book of Daniel in the Bible, Daniel is deeply disturbed and prophesied of terrible trials still to come in the promised land. The book of Daniel in the Bible tells of how human beings and their political kingdoms become violent beasts when they glorify their own power and try to make what is right wrong. And then they say what is wrong is right and don't acknowledge that God is our true king. That's in the book of Daniel. Well, if SVG is the land of the blessed, the promised land, so to speak, it seems to me that in the book of NDP political person, Daniel Cummings, the political prophet, if you will, of the NDP, then this Daniel is also prophesying, telling us what will happen when the NDP assumes power. Emphasis on assumes. You know, James Mitchell once said words to the effect of, you know, political parties don't win government. It is the incumbent that loses, and so by default, the opposition gets in. I wonder if that's going to be the case. Last week, Bing Joseph, a citizen, which is a very powerful position, and one could argue it's the most powerful position you could have in a country, in a nation. Bing Joseph, a citizen of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, asked this member of the NDP, a political party that's trying to get into power. Bing Joseph asked a valid and in fact very important question regarding St. Vincent and the Grenadines' most important, most highly regarded diplomatic ally, our most meaningful relationship in foreign affairs, that of Taiwan. Taiwan, just by the way, the 14th richest country in the world, a little island about 100 times the size of St. Vincent, but small relative to the giant next door that is trying to take it over, that is bullying it, that is surrounding it. This little country, this powerful little country, this wealthy little country, the 14th richest country in the world, has been a dear and close friend. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been the same to Taiwan. A mutually respectful relationship for over 40 years. And I believe, and I have good reason to, because they said so, the NDP wants to and has every intention of switching to the Chinese Communist Party of China. I say again, the Chinese Communist Party of China. Isn't it ironic that Ralph Gonsalves, the communist, or the former communist supposedly, is the one outlier in the Caribbean among three others, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Belize, who is staying with the democratic Taiwan, while the others, the big boys, Jamaica, Trinidad, Grenada, are with China. And one wonders, why is it? How is it that Ralph is not going with the communists? Here's my reasoning. Ralph, being a former communist, knows what it is to be communist, knows the terror, knows the dysfunctionality, knows that his friend, Maurice Bishop, a true leader, whose murder is being commemorated, the 41st commemoration of his murder by his communist comrade, Bernard Cord, and 16 others, some of whom have died, some of whom are now free, walking around, elderly folk. But they lined up Maurice Bishop and 7 of his comrades, including the mother of his child, and mowed them down with machine guns. And to this day, no one really knows where the bodily remains of Maurice Bishop and his comrades are. Murdered by communists. So you see, Ralph knows what communists give. And maybe that's one reason that he is maintaining relations with Taiwan, because Taiwan, not only is it not communist, but it is an exceptional country. Taiwan. And you would be a fool to leave Taiwan. And Ralph is no fool. I would like to see the political back of Ralph Gonsalves in the ULP. But at the same time, I cringe to think of the alternative. So we are in dire straits. Most Vincentians do not understand the value of this most important and crucial relationship to the present and future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This relationship, this very special, unique relationship with Taiwan. We have something of tremendous value in our hands. You know, the reason the Federation fell apart was because the citizens of Jamaica, first of the 10 territories and then Trinidad, the citizens of Jamaica were not accurately informed, were not told the truth about the value of a united, federated Caribbean, about the strength and value in collaboration, in collaborating in a purposeful relationship of freedom. The political actors of the day in Jamaica and Trinidad, both nations which are today associating themselves with the Chinese Communist Party, they considered the smaller islands of no value and a burden to them. So Manley and Williams did what they did, and so the region remains further divided up to this day, because the people were not informed. So in the referendum of 1961, the people of Jamaica, quote unquote, said they didn't want federation. And so Manley left, and then Eric Williams made his infamous statement, 1 from 10 leaves 0. And so it goes. Political people mess with our lives. Politicians. So folks, Vincentians, we need to be informed, understand the value of the relationship between Taiwan and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let's reestablish some inalienable facts about the relationship between the people of a country and the politicians who seek to represent these citizens of a country. In a democracy, political representation is the process of representing. You are saying to a citizen, allow me to be you. Allow me to act in your stead. I will act on your behalf. Representing citizens in policy making, where political servants, elected politicians, serve in the best interest of the people. Now, let's look at the nitty-gritty. You see, there are many types of political representation. Let us also understand and re-establish, because it has been established already, but let us re-establish the fact that no politician ever does what is actually in the interest of the people she or he serves. They may appear to do so, but that act is ultimately a self-serving act in the personal interest of the politician, pleasing himself and seeking to ensure that he can keep that political position of power over others, using the resources and energy of the citizens whom he is supposed to be serving. In fact, Edmund Burke, an 18th century European political philosopher, a prominent member of British political circles, someone who therefore influences what is currently obtaining in the politics of the Caribbean and St. Vincent and the Grenadines today, the politics which we inherited from Great Britain and Europe, mostly Great Britain. Edmund Burke said in a speech, you choose a member, but when you have chosen him, he becomes a member of parliament, and your representative owes you his judgment. And he betrays you if he sacrifices it to your opinion. In other words, once you elect them, your opinion, you, the one who they were elected by you to serve, do not care about your opinion anymore. Edmund Burke says he betrays you if he sacrifices it to your opinion. So this is why Daniel Cummings felt comfortable and feels comfortable saying, it's none of your damn business. Once you elect me, I run the show. Your opinion doesn't matter to me anymore. I will do what I think is in your best interest. You cannot tell me what is in your best interest, because once you elect me, the position shifts, you see? And you have to understand, people, when you elect somebody in a democracy, you make an X. You know what that X is? It's a cross. You crucify yourself. You give up the power. You give up your power to someone else. When Jesus was crucified, he gave up the power to his Creator, to his Father. He says, it is finished. When you make an X and you vote, you give up your energy. You crucify yourself. And you say, politician, take my power. And so they do. It's none of your damn business what I do. once you give me that power. The wisest political decision that Prime Minister Gonsalves has made, and for which I commend him, is to maintain diplomatic relations with and to continue to foster the close relationship of Taiwan. A truly phenomenal nation, Taiwan, while it faces its own social challenges and a foreign political bully, Taiwan is a global leader of the highest caliber. I have to say that I personally am experiencing cognitive dissonance. Because on the one hand, I want to see the political back of my friend Ralph Ewart Gonsalves. He and his party need to go. But at the same time, I cringe at the alternative. Because the NDP thinks that it's none of our damn business what they do with our energy. What are we to make of this? And you know what I think? I think that especially because of that statement that Daniel Cummins made, the book of Daniel, you know, it's a very strange thing. It makes one think. On one hand, Ralph has to go. But on the other hand, what is the alternative? What are we to do? We're in dire straits. Vincentians, the time has come for us to think of a way forward that does not include political parties. What is the alternative? What is the way forward? Farmers, teachers, educators, business people, street vendors, street cleaners, the people who actually turn the cogs and the machinery of life and of society in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We need to decide how best we can move forward. The one political decision that Ralph Gonsalves has made, with which I agree and for which I commend him, is the relationship between Taiwan. We have to think of the future. Taiwan is at the forefront of technological development, advancement, and innovation. It is the 14th richest country in the world. It is the world leader in supplying semiconductors, chips, in other words, which everything needs. The phone that you are holding, the television you are watching, the radio you're listening to, the car that you drive, a chip from Taiwan is likely moving that, working that device for you. Taiwan. Please don't let politicians ruin it for us. We need to understand who we are and where we are. So, on the one hand, while I want to see the political back of Ralph Gonsalves and the ULP, at the same time, they're the ones who are making the decision to stay with Taiwan. What are we to do? And you know, I have a feeling that despite the tragedy, we have to find some triumph. I am not making any decision, and I can't because I cannot vote. I've been out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for too long as a citizen, but I can give my opinion. And I can predict, I believe, experiencing cognitive dissonance as I even say these words, but I have a feeling that the ULP, in one form or another, in the person of one or another, will retain, notice I didn't say win, but will retain the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Maybe I am wrong, and in one way I hope I am wrong. But we have to do what is best, not for the ULP or for the NDP, but for us as a community. This is Chester's Questions.
My God. Shady, take me to the top, buddy. Take me to the top. Take me to the top, buddy. That's all I would say. Let's go.
Boom Nation, it's time to get properly Vincy. Join us as we celebrate everything we love about St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Grenadines. From the legends we admire to the stories that bring us together, Robert Lee Vinci has got you covered every single day, right here on Boom 1069. Tune in daily for Vinci Legends. Send love to your area on air and online. And don't miss your chance to shine and win prizes on our street interviews and 45 Seconds of Fame contest. Brought to you by Inter-Caribbean Airlines, Metrocent General Insurance, and supported by Basil's at Villa, GNR Ice Cream, E-Scoot Rentals, Building and Loan, IKTV 112, and Boom 1069, the trending station for all things Vinci. SVG starts with OMG in the morning on the trending station.
Right now I'm proud to be open for business. So make sure it's on your wish list. Blue, yellow, and green. Right now we steam. From the mountains to the seas, we heart split in unity. 45 years and we proud of who we be. From the mainland straight down to the Grenadines, I say it's hello. Through the trials and triumphs, we stood up tall. Hands in hands, I say we faced it all. Resilient and no doubt it. That's why I am a proud Vinci. 45 years, oh yeah. 45 years, oh yeah. 45 years, oh yeah. Happy independence. 45 years, oh yeah. 45 years, oh yeah. 45 years, oh yeah. Happy independence. Blue, yellow, green with the diamonds between. You know we really proud. My country is full up of kings and queens. So let we shout it out. How many years? 45. We independent. 45. How many years? 45. Show me the colors. 45. How many years? 45. We independent. 45. How many years? Through the trials and triumphs, we stood up tall. Hands in hands, I say we faced it all. Resilient and no doubt it. That's why I am a proud Vinci. 45 years, oh yeah. 45 years, oh yeah. 45 years, oh yeah. Happy independence. 45 years, oh yeah. 45 years, oh yeah. 45 years, oh yeah. Happy independence. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is open for business. So make sure it's on your wish list. And don't miss this. Happy independence.
Come at me now, come at me now, come at me now, come at me now. Come at me now. Because I didn't know what is my position in Taiwan and China. Come at me now, come. Come fight up with me now. Come at me, let me go. Let me continue to fight up. We celebrating 45 years of independence. And of that 45 years, St. Vincent and the Grenadines have had foreign relations with Taiwan. Isn't that something? We have benefited immensely from Taiwan. And so too of Taiwan to symbiotic relations. And we are happy with our friends from Taiwan. And I'm sure they're happy with us. And this thing I saw about Taiwan giving one political party, that's not what, if you understand foreign relations, that's not what happens. Taiwan gave to the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Taiwan don't give to ULP. And you all chop it to think that it's just that ULP in office. But whatever Taiwan give is to the people, to benefit the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. My God, what a commentary with Chester. And you know, strange enough, I didn't listen to Chester's full commentary this morning. I just listened to the beginning of it and I said, boy, I go listen to that later. What a strange one. Where Travis there? Travis, where you, buddy? Is this you? Morning, buddy. Morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Bing, I've been trying to call since Hamo.
Yeah, but you know how it is now. You know it is. Sorry about that. You know it is. We had a lot of things happening. Let's go. Okay, we don't have much time. Let's go.
So I have so much. I just want to start.
Yeah, let's go.
So
honey.
there was a lot of information that was said today, and I want to address these things. The first thing I want to address is Mr. Candyman lambasting Mr. Jomo Thomas, because Mr. Jomo Thomas has exercised his democratic right to choose whatever policy he agrees and disagrees with. And that is a sign of intelligence, that when you are faced with new facts, you can reflect and you can adjust your opinions. This idea of blind political loyalty to a party is what is crippling St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And Mr. Candyman should not be on the radio talking about who was in what party or who supported what. It is a sign of intelligence that we can reflect on new facts presented and we can make new informed decisions. Secondly, I want to educate Vincentians on types of employment, because when my husband was on the program, and my husband did banking and finance, he's a AI financial specialist, analyst, he can come in and discuss how the bank operates and the different economies and so on. Now, I send the CV to your station. Now, with the types of employment, we have something called unemployment, which everybody knows that you're not working. Somebody who is saying that there is no employment in the country believes that there is money to pay employers. But if you're getting grants and loans, more money means more resources so that you can pay more individuals to work to get those repairs and so on done. However, in the case of employment, where the government is controlling the minimum wage, the cap set on the minimum wage also caps other higher paying jobs. Right? So if the minimum wage is $50 a day, then the higher paying jobs is going to go on a scale elevating from that. So this unemployment is leading to what is called underemployment, where you have individuals with high degrees and high qualifications who cannot get compensated for their qualifications. So they seek other private jobs that can pay them accordingly. So when Mr. Latchman says, the professionals and those specialists are not in the country, of course the country is suffering from brain drain when we pay for individuals to go away to study degrees, but when they come back, they're not getting the jobs. And in addition to the underemployment, we have what is called structural unemployment. So structural unemployment is where people are holding particular offices that they are not qualified to hold, aka Mr. Candyman, with his failed comedy career, that he chose to tell jokes for the government.
Hello, darling. Let's be respectful here, okay? Please. Let's be
I
respectful,
know
please.
I'm being respectful because he said a lot of disrespectful things about other individuals who are trying to inform.
Well, at least let you should raise the bar if that's the case, all right?
Well, I am raising the bar to let people know that when you have individuals with their qualifications, only in St. Vincent we accept civil servants holding offices where they are not qualified. But if you have to go to the doctor, you don't want to know that that doctor was politically appointed. You want to know that that doctor is intellectually sound. So when we have politicians and ministers, for example, Minister of Finance, who is a journalist and a lawyer or a solicitor by profession, but not an economist, and he's making statements that you can tell. Now, I'm an English teacher, so you know when people learn from being well-read versus when they learn from being tutored and they just hear something. You have words that are being used out of context, mispronounced, and so on. For example, today with the built of quantities. The word is bill of quantities. And you have QAS who can do that. If there's an issue with bill of quantities, my husband is an AI specialist. He has worked with block makers, welders, to transform their bill of quantities AI generated, where you simply put in the measurement and the quantities are generated. If we are lacking human resource and you have an AI specialist who can do digital transformation and you have a whole IT department, why is it we are not facilitating the lack of employment, the underemployment, and the structural unemployment that we're having in St. Vincent with technological advances to reduce the weight of the human resource issue that we're talking about? You know why? Because when these individuals with their knowledge come to St. Vincent to tell them, like the doctor who was on the radio the other day, your program talking about the robotics and the surgeries, does he get any air? No. Do anyone who come forward? Does anyone who come forward with revolutionary ideas get any air? No, because the politicians who are there on both sides are only focusing on how they can galvanize themselves in people's stories so that they can continue to win votes. Now, when we're looking at the amount of money that are being spent on these projects, you mean to tell me that there's still individuals who are unemployed? And you mean to tell me that there's still people getting $25 and $50 a day? If you cannot get workers, incentivize people. And that's what the money is there for. And if you can't incentivize people and you're lacking specialists, seek technology or other forms of getting specialists to do what needs to be done. But you cannot tell me that something that happened 3 months and 20 days ago, Hurricane Beryl, is responsible for the mass dilapidation in all the government buildings that we're seeing around. And there are contractors who cannot get work, contractors who are bidding for government projects and not getting the bids because they're not being tendered for, as Mr. Juma Thomas explained in his program a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to discuss financial management and you want to discuss the bank and the loans and whatever, I can offer services, my husband can offer services, and if the individuals who really want change would sit and listen to what people are saying as opposed to being blinded by who they once voted for and what were the policies they once believed in. Because when you believe in a policy, you believe in the dream, you know. It's when you see the policy being enacted is when you can take a second and say, no. Anybody who does research know that you have to continuously assess and reassess your research. So it is okay for us to change our minds. And it is okay for us to sit down and entertain other discourse that allows us better information to inform future opinions. Thank you very much.
Before you go, you said that you're a teacher?
Yes, we were at the radio station just recently there. My husband was fired from the...
Oh boy, she dropped out. My apologies to her. She dropped out. 4511069. If you want to call 4511069, please. Hang on. I've got all the lines ringing here now. Caller, good morning. Your life.
They want to be quick because I know you're waiting in Travis, right?
Yeah.
Let me say good morning to that lady, and I think she clearly said something that I really wanted to talk about. Now, this morning when Jomo said what he said, and you had that guy on the program who fit in when he said that you should have had the minister of that spot coming. When that guy was speaking, Bing, I was listening, and it is sad to say that you want to tell me Beryl and all those other things stopped you from these projects. The same thing with when you asked about when you play that video with the center. Beryl stopped that. That was the cause of that, why that was rotten and that couldn't be fixed before Beryl. Those things was there before Beryl, and those things was unattended, and those was left there. And these are things now because they're coming out of foresight. They want to put Beryl in front to say this is the problem and that is the problem. And we are a lack of workers because of how they want to put it. And the lady is so correct. I can't even find the words now that I wanted to say before, because that lady has just put the whole icing on the cake. You know, so I want to say thanks for explaining that, because exactly I couldn't put it better than how she said it. So definitely have a good evening. Thank you. And I hope your daughter is okay, and all the best to her, man, and let it be good. Have a good day.
Now online I see some people agreeing with Chester and some people disagreeing with Chester. Some very strong feelings are coming out on the line with regard to Chester's commentary as well. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Morning, Shady. How are you, buddy?
Mom Shady, you're one.
My brother Shady.
You're one time one will call and say, "Come here, Shady." Next time this one will call and say, "My brother Shady, what are you really? Where are you, Shady?" And you banter into these two fools. Come here, Shady. My brother Shady.
Shady, you see, jealousy is a kind of thing, eh?
It's a real kind of thing, but.
Talk it up.
Good morning, Sobing.
Oh, there you go.
How are you, sir?
There you go. That's much better.
Wonderful. 45 years of political independence. And we are at that stage of the season of patriotism that comes around every year, where persons become patriots people become patriots by waving a flag and wearing some colors. Patriotism. Now, 45 years being, and where are we? Where are we as a people? Where are we as a country? We are still so dependent on so many outside people, so many outside countries. We are yet to be independent in my book. And to be honest, and I know some people may take umbrage at me saying this, but I do not celebrate independence. And I'll tell you why. This country should have been way further along as an independent country. And we are still too dependent on grants and loans from outside entities for me to be celebrating independence. And as I said, this is my personal something. And I see a lot of people attacking Chester this morning. Let me say, that is foolishness. That's Chester's opinion. And until we can raise this very bar, where we can disagree with an opinion and come with an intellectual response to an opinion.
Now you're talking.
Yeah? All of us need to check ourselves. I disagree with some of the things Chester said this morning, and I can get into them. For example, especially the issue of Taiwan and mainland China, where at the end of the day, I can see why Chester will take his opinion, whether emotionally or intellectually, to that place of Taiwan. But I'll get back to what I was saying before but let me just go on this tangent. Now, Taiwan is a country that is not recognized by majority of the countries in the world. Out of 190 something countries, you maybe have 10 or 14 if so much. I can't remember the exact number, but it's a very minuscule number that recognizes Taiwan. You see what I'm saying? And have diplomatic relations with Taiwan. The most powerful countries in the world.
What's your point?
No, I'm getting to the point. No, I'm just saying. I can see why Chester will come to his opinion. And so, if you have to look, because when you talk about the communism and so forth, yes, that's there. But look at the country that is the mecca of democracy. They have the biggest connection to China. And the very things that people want to jump on to talk about, the Chinese, they lend you loans that you cannot repay. You have got to be a fool. Why? Because if you go to the bank, Bing, if the bank sends you, Bing, today, you have, let's say, $200 in your account. You hardly have a job that you can hold on to feed yourself and your family. And the bank come and say, I'm going to lend you I'm going to give you $2 million loan to do with whatever you want. But you have 10 years to pay it back. You know that your present employment, your business, your business literacy and so forth is limited. So it's not like you're going to take that money and you can invest it on your own to make back that money within 10 years. Are you going to take it, Bing, knowing that at the end of the day, the result of you not paying it, you're going to lose your family, you're going to lose whatever property you have, you're going to lose the clothes on your back. Are you going to take that gamble? Are you?
That's rhetorical. I don't think that's a real question.
It is a real question. But the thing is, as you said, it's rhetorical, but it's also a real question. And that's where we are. Because even now, we are seeing the very same thing if we are to look at Taiwan. Because now we have a hospital being built. We have a loan that has not even been properly vetted. Because the World Bank loan and that loan from Taiwan shows this stark difference in how things are happening.
But who do you blame for that?
I blame one, our people. And two, I blame Taiwan too, because guess what? The things that they should put in place, just like the World Bank. You see, you listen to the Prime Minister as to why they went to Taiwan for the loan instead of the World Bank?
Because of how long it will take.
No. Because of the gatekeeping. Because of the gatekeeping. This loan from Taiwan has actually, a matter of fact, we didn't even get a loan because the Taiwanese company, the very thing that they took Mitchell, Sir James Mitchell, to court for with the Atley Hall Marina is happening now.
But did you hear the Taiwanese ambassador say that? Did you hear what she said about who will be employed and the amount of persons will be employed from St. Vincent? That 90% of the workers on the project will be Vincentians?
But the money is going to be managed by who? Who built the Atley Hall Marina? Was it Vincentian?
Who built the Argyle International Airport?
Who built the Atley Hall Marina? Was it Vincentian? And I'm showing you the correlation between that. It was the same thing that they took Mitchell to court for, that he got the loan from somebody and put the same person to build the marina. So how is it different?
Let's paint a different picture. Let's say that it was the Chinese. What do you think would have happened?
What do you mean, what do I think would have happened? What is so different?
Do you think that it would have been open to tender and all of that? Do you know what happened with it with money? What happened?
Okay, let me pause you right there. About open to tender. So now, not opening it to tender is something good. So who is supposed to say that if it's not open to, who is supposed to open it to tender? Not our government?
But correct, you don't blame the Taiwanese for that.
But this is the point, Bing.
You remember my interview? Hold on. You and I could fight up, all right? I don't normally do this when somebody else calls. I don't get involved. But you and I could fight up.
Go ahead. You know that.
You remember my interview with the last Taiwanese ambassador?
Yes.
And you remember what he said? You remember what he said? What did he say? With regard,
you tell me which. He said you get what you asked for.
Thank you very much.
Good. So let us pause there. You as an institution or country is going to lend someone or country some money. There are checks and balances that must be ticked, Bing. And if they're not ticked, it means you're not eligible for that money. That is why, for example, when Bali and Bali did not, when they went to, I think it was the ECCB, right? And then they said to the government, listen to me, you went about this wrong, so we cannot give you money. What did our government do? And what did we as a people allow them to do? When Julian Francis admitted, he said, we're accustomed to go over the tenders board and we're going to do it again. They broke the law, and we keep on allowing these things. This is why I say I can't celebrate Independence Day, because we as a people, we need to raise our consciousness. We need to raise our consciousness, my brother. And until we do that, Chester said something very important this morning, but I think he said it in a flawed way, where he said basically, we don't need political parties. No, that is wrong. Because you can't escape political parties. What we need are an enlightened people, an intelligent and intellectual people, and a people who will hold the politicians and parties responsible and hold them to task. And remember that you, the people, are the ones who are putting them in place to take charge of your affairs. And until we get to that point, Bing, because look at this. You remember what I started, so I'm going to end on that. We are right now, and I will say this is my belief, we are no less than $6 billion in debt in this country. Billion with a B. Yeah, when they tell about 2-point-something billion or 3 billion now, no. I believe that at a change of government and you do an audit, a proper audit, you're going to see that we're in no less than $6 billion debt. Now, what do we have to show for that? Where's the industrialization? Where's the industries? Look at our agricultural industry, basically on its face. Our fishing industry, our blue economy as we call it, it doesn't belong to us. And for all of that money, you remember, Bing, do you remember? You're older than me, so you should remember. Do you remember? Do you remember when our national debt was $500 million? What Ralph Gonsalves and Vince Beat said at the time? When Mitchell was talking about building an international airport, you remember what was said by Ralph? Ralph stated, he said, our national debt is $500 million. He said, going to take our great-grandchildren and their children to pay it back. Now you're paying twice and 3 times that per year to service loans, to service our national debt. You hear me? You're paying 3 times that per year. 3 times the national debt of St. Vincent in the 90s. You're paying 3 times that per year now. The same debt that we were told by the present Prime Minister that our great-grandchildren will take to pay. What do we have to show? When we say St. Vincent have regressed 30 years. You remember we used to have traffic lights then? You remember that? You remember how St. Vincent was the gem of the Antilles when other Caribbean countries used to borrow money from St. Vincent? You remember when St. Vincent used to be the breadbasket of the Lesser Antilles and the Southern Caribbean, the Eastern Caribbean? Now St. Vincent is importing more food than Barbados, more agricultural produce than Barbados. Yeah? That not say something? We are importing, look, we reached to the point now where we are importing tomatoes and so forth from Barbados and other countries. Where's our industrialization? The other morning, I heard Sandyman talking about when Mr. Cummings was on, when he spoke about the port and how you have people here making things and so forth. At what level? We are still at a subsistent level in the grand scheme of things, being.
All right, buddy.
And so, let me just say this last thing. If we don't raise our consciousness as a people, celebrating and waving a flag and wearing some colors once a year, that is not going to get us anywhere. And again, allow Chester to have his opinion. You come with an intellectual response, which there's plenty, and counter what he says. Have a good morning, buddy.
I like you. I like. You ain't too bad after all, you know. You ain't too bad after all. Listen to me. We give everybody a chance to talk right here on the OMG in the morning. But hey, gotta remind you folks though, 1 o'clock today. Remember, 1 o'clock today, people. You know, all you got to fight up all you want. 1 o'clock today. I hope judgment come down in my favor. 1 o'clock today. All right, 1 o'clock today. That's where I will be sitting in front of my television, IKTV, or I will be on social media looking at the judgment coming down from the CCJ. All right? Hold on, caller. With regards to the British American policyholders, which was taken to the CCJ and asking for compensation from the Trinidad and Tobago government, or they worthless and nasty, or they take the money and only pay the Trinidad people, but forget about us in the Eastern Caribbean. Over 2,000 policyholders gets nothing, not a damn cent. Well, let's hear what the CCJ will say. And don't forget also, caller, hold on, just give me a minute there, please. Don't forget also, on Independence Day, bus ride. Yep, bus ride to see Niagara Falls later. I mean, the lights in the national colors. I don't care whether you're red or yellow. That does something to you as of intention. To see the Niagara Falls, the greatest falls in the world, yeah? In the colors of the national flag of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, how do you get to do this? You can join the bus ride. The departure time, join the ride. Departure time from Scarborough Town Center at 5 p.m. From Jane and Finch Mall at 5:45 p.m. Square One Mall at 6:15 p.m. and Niagara Falls at 10:45 p.m. It's only $30 round trip. To get more information, contact June at 647-867. Sound like a call in bingo there. 7930. Once again, call June, contact June at 647-867-7930. That's the contact number to contact June to get more information. Only $30 round trip. Caller, good morning, you're live.
Mr. Dwight.
Oh, good morning to you.
morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
You are not my king.
I did some pain all morning. My foot killing me. Oh gosh, I can't wait for this program to end this morning to go up
Oh,
my
Lord,
foot.
what's the time?
I did some serious pain, Mr. Weeks. Let's go.
You need to bring in a high chair for you.
No,
to sit on
no,
a
no,
stool
no. Bad
to
man
get up.
don't sit down when bad man's supposed to stand up. Real bad man afraid you, that is. Let's go, Mr. Weeks.
Why you hustling me, sir?
No, I was saying to get home. I want to go home quick. I want to go home quick for two things. I have insurance policy, British American insurance policy too. So I can't get home to lie down on my bed, put up my foot, and wait for 1 o'clock to come.
I think I'm amazed how we often notice our democratic right to speak. But when we speak, nobody must speak about what we spoke about. I'm always amazed on that. And then there are so many persons who would who would tell you, Bing, you should say this.
Yep.
Yeah, so many persons. Bing, why you don't say this instead of what you just said? I am always amazed, and then I wonder if I am building two houses or two properties, and I get a quantity surveyor to give me the list of items that I need to construct those buildings. Would it be bill or would it be bills I would get? I'm not an English teacher. I am not qualified, but I'm just wondering. You're the broadcaster. You can correct me on this. I think quickly, and I also know the Minister of Health is a policy maker. They will set broad parameters. We want to control HIV/AIDS. That's a policy. AIDS is getting out of hand. So we want to control the spread of AIDS. We want to reduce it. That's a policy. And then the folks in the Ministry of Health will take that policy and say, we need a program to do that. Or we need a set of 1 hour spending to be able to do that. If it's just a 1 hour spending over a year, 2 years, 3 years, you design a capital project. If there's something that must be ongoing for a long time, you design a program, you staff the program, and you provide the resources. That's how government works. In the Ministry of Health, there are two streams. There's the administration and related activities. And there is the technical service, the medical services, the Department of Health. So the Chief Medical Officer is responsible for that area, the medical services. And the Permanent Secretary is responsible for the administration, including the plant, meaning the hospitals, the physical buildings, the hospital, the clinics, etc. The Permanent Secretary is responsible for that. Under the Permanent Secretary is an officer that reports directly to the Permanent Secretary. That is called the Health Planner. And currently, David Latchman is serving in that position, as he informed us this morning. Being the Health Planner is the one who is responsible for preparing the documents so that you can secure funds to improve on these facilities. And there's a process by which that is done. You can't really go and say, I need $40,000 to renovate the Stubbs polyclinic. You have to give details. The health planner can't produce those details. You need technical persons to them. First of all, you need, if it is a complete build over, you're going to need an architect to design the building, and then you need a contractor. And there's a process for securing all of that, all of those services and paying for them. The health planner knows exactly what is happening with the facilities, or ought to know. The point is, though, it's a lot of work for the health planner because we have about 40 health centers across in Vincent and the Grenadines. 40 health centers, along with the main hospital in Kingston, that facility in Georgetown, the diagnostic center, and then there are about 5 or 6 rural hospitals. The health planner is responsible for seeing that it's a PS responsibility, but the health planner carries out the function. And therefore, I think if there is anyone that can speak about the state of these facilities, it ought to be the health planner. So I really think that you had the right person this morning. And I hope, as promised, that you will get the health planner to come back and give more details. And the right questions will be asked.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Before I go quickly, unless you're out of time, I want to talk just a little bit on the World Bank. It is not possible for the World Bank to approve whether it's $50,000, $100,000, or millions of dollars for any activity, and it is spent otherwise. It's practically impossible for that to happen, because at every step in the way, the World Bank is part and parcel. It's part of the process of the expenditure. Even our local banks, if you ever borrowed money from the bank to build a house, Bing, you know they don't just put $100,000 in your hand until you go and build a house. First of all, you have to submit to them an approved plan. You have to submit to them the bill of quantities from a reputable quantity surveyor, one that they accept, with costing, with appropriate costing. And there are periodic reports that are submitted to show the work done. And the bank actually go and does inspection to make sure that what is reported to have been done is done. They take pictures because they have to have records to show. That's a local bank. The World Bank, it's a bank, you know, Bing. Many of us don't understand that. It's a bank that lends money, and they operate in the same way as the local bank will operate. But they're more stringent. They're far more stringent. They have to be, well, they call it a no objection. Every expenditure that you're going to make, they have to give a no objection for it. And no objection is really a nice way of saying, we're giving you approval. It is approval, because if you don't get the no objection, you can't spend the money. They don't simply put the money in a bank in St. Vincent and you're able to spend it. It is very similar, almost the same as you're building a home and you borrow money from a local bank. But they're more stringent. And when they provide data, they don't simply, as Candyman says, stay in Washington or wherever their regional offices, and you send data. They are always here doing the assessment. They're always here. The World Bank and the IMF, they're always here. The World Bank, we got $23 million for HIV prevention and control in the early 2000s. $23 million. And as a people, we started spending that on playing mass with the message, providing all kinds of things. Basically recurrent expenditure. And the time was coming to an end. And the folks in the Ministry of Health say, not the politicians, let's put in 3 polyclinics in the country. Let's introduce polyclinics into the country. And the polyclinics, while we were going to use them to improve delivery to HIV patients and HIV prevention and control, it was a measure to aid operations at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital.
Okay.
Because the polyclinic is expected to have a doctor there at all times. And therefore, rather than leaving Bayaboo and go straight into Kingston, once you know there's a doctor expert, you would stay there and you won't have the backup at. The point is, then, we in St. Vincent could not, for that very good work to be done, building polyclinics, improving the health system, the people in the Ministry of Health couldn't, or not the government, not Ralph, not Dr. Slater, none of them could have simply said, yes, move the money from there and spend it there. You have to get the World Bank approval. You have to go through all the same processes of getting an architect to do the design. So this thing of you take $63 million and you don't know what it was spent for, people don't give you their money to spend like that. Not even Taiwan does that. Not even Taiwan does that. Yeah. I said I would be brief.
You gotta take a job at Taiwan. You gotta go at Taiwan there.
No,
Not a job, but you have to explain. You have to explain.
I am saying not even Taiwan. It is often said that Taiwan gave us this and gave us that. That's not how it is done. They don't just give you $10 million
and say go run along and do what you want with it.
No, it's not done that way. All right, then. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're standing by. We should be joined now by Dr. Richards, but I know Travis wanted to get in before Dr. Richards come in. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not him. I haven't seen Dr. Richards backstage as yet. Travis, you can call quickly before Dr. Richards get in. You can call on the WhatsApp line, Travis. I know you've been seeing a lot online. Let's see if we got him here. Let's see. Morning. Good morning.
Morning, Bing.
Morning, Travis. Morning. I know you've been trying a long time.
Bing, I want to say thank you, man, for taking morning radio so seriously and the issues of St. Vincent and the Grenadines so seriously, man. There's a lot to unpack of what Chester said and what Kenson said as well, but I would like to keep it closer to home. About Chester and Kenson, I would say this much. By asking a question to your audience, who do you think can better describe the shape of a dog? The flea that live on the dog, or me who's standing 10 feet away looking at the dog? I would say this much also. My grandfather used to tell me, if you...
Travis? Oh boy, I think he may have dropped out there.
If you... Much of what Chester is saying is living proof around us today. Why?
Travis, you seem to be having some issues there. You seem to be having some issues. You're dropping out a lot.
Okay, sorry about that. I think somebody was trying to call me.
Yeah.
Whoever you are.
Yeah, quickly.
Whoever you are.
Quickly, please. We got Dr. Richards backstage waiting. So quickly, just, yeah.
I think Dr. Richards owe me one after yesterday, so I will take my 2 minutes.
All right, Doc is loud. it. So go ahead.
Much of what is being said by Chester is proven around the Caribbean today, Bing, because there are multi-million-dollar projects around the Caribbean that China has taken away from the states and the government and are running them privately because they miss payment for 2 or 3 months on the principal. Simple as that. I won't even go any deeper into that. Like I said, I will keep it closer to home quickly. So I jumped in my speedboat on Sunday and I went down to Union and realized that the gas station that blew up and killed the 2 children, there is no gas station in Union. Basically, they're still selling gas from pouring a drum into a gallon jug and then pouring into people's vehicles.
What the hell?
It's used closer to home. I was talking to the ambulance driver from North Leeward, and he says he has to depend on Braxa to gas up his ambulances. And sometimes that means driving as far from Chateaubriand to Georgetown by Braxa Depot. He's not allowed to go into any gas station and take gas and sign a bill. The closest gas station to North Leeward is Bookament. Let that sink in. To Mr. Weeks, I would say this. The last bill passed in the House by the NDP administration before they were kicked out in 2001 was a 1 mile policy on clinics in this country. Let that sink in. 1 mile. Every 1 mile, there would have been a clinic in this country. That's an administration who thinks about people. Pastor, the floor is yours.
Travis, you gotta come in early tomorrow. We're gonna try and bring you in earlier tomorrow. I wanna ask you about that gas station thing because that doesn't make sense to me at all. But I wanna bring you in early tomorrow, okay, buddy?
Copy that.
Okay, cool. Shady, let's jump straight into Dr. Richards. He's been waiting backstage. Let's go, Shady.
Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Nope.
Yes. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. We're hearing you now. Good morning. Good
morning. Morning. Yeah. I heard Travis. Tell Travis I said. Tell him I say. He got this 2 minutes, so we even now, right? That's all right. I don't mind giving I like listening to other people, Big. I listen. So I don't mind, Travis coming on and he has his say and all of that. But yeah, bring him on a little bit earlier so we can hear all that he has to say. We have to learn to listen. I'm working on that. I'm learning to listen. Which is what I did this morning. Bing, I could see why you have the number 1 program. Bing, it's Bing, I tell you, it's almost a must-listen radio. I couldn't turn away. I'm from Jomo with his but that was a whole my fellow Vincentians. That was a whole other deal altogether right there. I mean, interpretation of stats is a difficult thing. All right, I will say this much, and I don't know. I do know, having meddled anything for a lot of years, that people will interpret it according to their ability to handle stats. That's all I'm going to say. Let me say something else. But the fact that someone has interpreted it, whether me or Jomo or anybody else, this is not against Jomo. This is not against Jomo. This is just an awareness from someone who has taught the thing. It's been years now, so I'm rusty. But I still know this. Anytime somebody starts lecturing you on stats or using stats, whatever, please always be mindful that that's the person's interpretation. And they're interpreting it according to their ability. And I also know that not everyone has the same ability. Truly, I'm not dissing anybody at all. I am not dissing anybody. Facts are facts. Some people are exposed to the techniques and the metrics and the different checkpoints for which you can analyze stats, and they do a fair job. And others are not, and they struggle with it. But they will still give you a very passionate and opinionated projection of the stats. So whenever I listen to anyone, this is not against Jomo. This is just an occasion to say to my fellow Vincentians that just be very careful when an interpretation of stats is given, and always say to yourself, that's an interpretation, there's always another interpretation. All right, don't get vexed with me. It is something I've taught for years. And fact be told, it funnels down to this being. Because I understand the limitations of my brothers and sisters in properly methodically analyzing stats and squeezing and juicing from it what really needs to be juiced. I basically funnel it down to this. You know what? Who, for the greater part, who feels it knows it. All right? Don't let the facts tell you something that is not your reality. All right? Your reality trumps, well, hold on. Don't let the interpretation of the facts trump your reality. If you know that this policy or this guideline or this provision has helped you, it doesn't matter what the interpretation of the stats say. You know what your reality is. If it is that this has been hurting and this is not having a dent, is not making an effect, it is not changing anything, you know what your reality is. I don't care who spin the facts for you. The interpretation can't trump. You listen to me. The interpretation cannot trump what you're experiencing. So the next time you hear people come on with an analysis of facts, just listen, respect and listen. I do that, listen. But always have the awareness of that is limited to how their ability to maneuver their way through facts, and not everyone has the same ability. Second thing, because being there's so much, your program this morning was rich. Judgment Day has been on my... I actually woke up. I don't have a horse in this race. Well, yeah, I do have friends, but I don't have a direct horse in this race, a dog in this fight with the policy thing. Except from a principal position, it has never sat easy with me. What has happened to the shareholders or the policy holders in the Windward Islands particularly? It just didn't sit well with me. I see the inequities of power. I see the disparities. There's so much. I see the bullying, which in a particular sense, those that have the power to make decisions, particularly financial decisions, will use that power to benefit some and to hurt others. And with the insurance policies, I don't want to say too much, but I have been waiting on what you call Judgment Day, and I want to see how that judgment will roll out. I actually prayed that, what the Bible says, let justice roll down like a mighty stream. I think that's Amos. I want justice, economic justice. Sometimes we are very concerned with the legal justice stuff in the courts and all of that, but economic justice is a big thing. And I just want the people to get their fair share. I'll be listening. I'm praying. I may the hand of God move. And not just in this situation, in all situations where people are taken advantage of financially. In current situations where homes got damaged by Hurricane Beryl. Now, not all insurance companies are hard-nosed with their policy holders. I happen to deal with an insurance company. I love my insurance company. Bing, you know the insurance company. They deal well with me. Very well with me. Very accommodating. They won't put you through the ringer. You can get my business any day. But I have other constituents. When I say constituents within my religious fraternity, I have others who the insurance closed down on them. Post-Beryl closed down. People try to go in, and I talked about this on the radio. People try to go in and pay their policy payment, and the insurance company would not take it because they would much rather the policy lapse so that they don't have to do the payouts. I know plenty stories about some of these insurance companies. I like our own. I like to support our own here in St. Vincent. Insurance companies that we know. You know people, you could deal with them directly. Enough said on that. What else? Chester. Boy, I gonna listen. I gonna get a cup of coffee, and I gonna listen Chester again. I know Chester long before you. I know Chester will tell you this. I know Chester a long time. Very articulate. Very, 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 very thoughtful. But like I said the other morning when I was dissecting his piece, I will say again, chew on the thing. And I don't mean it in an offensive way. Chew on the thing. Where do I start with Chester? Chester asks some poignant, some incisive, necessary questions. Where are you, my fellow Vincentians? I come into his foreign policy. Wow. I'm coming to his statements on foreign policy. He's scratching itch there with me. But prelude to that, where are you, Vincentians? And I think what Chester is doing purposefully, is diverting the attention away. I think my daughter, someone said to me, don't ever fear the government. The people should not fear the government. I think that was the quote. People should never fear the government. The government must fear the people. And I think what Chester's questions did this morning was a necessary reminder. Where are you, Vincentian? He wasn't questioning one political party. He was not questioning the other political party. And he resonated with me in that he's saying something that I have always said, and I will say again and again, that once the giant wakes up and realizes it's about us, the people, we the people, that's one of our key phrases in democracy. We the people. And as the people go, so goes the government. The government is a reflection of where the people are and what the people can accommodate and what the people will allow. So Chester's question, go and listen to Chester's question again. I'm not bashing on ULP. I'm not bashing on NDP. That's not my style. I am just saying it's about us people. I was going to, James, what's his name? Never mind. Let me leave that alone. So what Chester, where are we? And if we don't know where we are, this political party or that political party can lead us around here, there, willy-nilly. Where are we? Where are we on, I'll come back to foreign policy. I have 2 minutes to wrap up. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Where are we on foreign policy? Where are we on justice? Where are we on economic justice? Where are we on climate change? Where are we on economic policies? Where are we? Where are we? Not what we are told. Where are we on environmental stewardship? Some basic things. Where are we on feminization of poverty? On the big issues, the things that matter. Where are we? Are we where we are told we should be, or do we have an independent thinking mind to eke out thoughts and positions? So I like Chester's question asking us, where are we? Particularly, where are we in foreign policy? And we don't have a say. We don't have a say. I have lamented this again and again and again. We don't have, how much of a say do we have as Vincentian in foreign policy, our foreign relations, who we related, whether it is Libya, Venezuela, whether it is United States, the hegemon to the north? What is our view of where are we on Israel vis-a-vis Palestine? Where are we? Do we have a say in any of these discussions and foreign policy relations? Do we have a say in the China versus Republic of China, Taiwan matter? Do we have a say? And even when we try to have a say, which I think the occasion right now, back up. I've often questioned foreign policy. Okay, I've asked when Russia declared military moves because if we call it a war, sometimes that is pejorative. So when Russia declared military moves against and maneuvered against Ukraine, I asked and I watched to see where St. Vincent would fall off. But Vincentian raised their voice in a particular way. But our foreign policy direction and our statements, public statements on that matter, which are not a person's statement, which is not a party statement, but it's St. Vincent's official position on Ukraine vis-a-vis Russia. We didn't have a say, but it was our position. And I asked, do we have a say? On the matter with Venezuela vis-a-vis Guyana, I asked, do we have a say? Last year, in the matter of some of the policy directives towards U.S. vis-a-vis Cuba, and I read the Prime Minister's his position, and I said, is that the Prime Minister's position or is that St. Vincent's position? And it came down to, we know that we did not have a say. So you asked, Bing, I'm closing it now. You asked, and this is a prime opportunity, you asked about a particular foreign policy perspective and directive. And I got the impression that was a prime opportunity to educate and for us to discuss the matter and all of that. And I got, well, you know what we got, Bing? Where are we? And it does not matter where we are because if we are not going to reject what we are told, this is where we should be. If we dare think for ourselves and dare postulate and put out their opinions, we don't. And it needs to stop. I think that governments and prospective governments need, plural, they need to listen to the voice of the people, engage in robust debate, help us, educate us. I said that with respect to Russia, Ukraine. Educate us, give us the facts, and let us make a judgment on that. Give us the facts, Taiwan versus China. Educate us some more. But unfortunately, unlike other places where a position is declared up front and people get to vote based on what you declare, you know what? Let's just wet our fingers, put it up in the air, see which direction the wind is going. We're going with that. But that to me, that ain't foreign policy. Have a good day.
Wow. Wow, Doc. Wow. I didn't expect that one. That's a drop mic. That's a virtual drop mic we had there from you there, Doc.
I'm passionate about the issue.
Yeah. Thank you very much there, Doc. Thank you very much. Hey, listen, I think thank you very much, Doc. That's all I'll say. Let me let you go. Doc, enjoy the rest of it.
I will listen. Tell Shady pull me off and I will listen.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think there's some calls that was coming in. I had to stop the calls because Dr. Richards was on air. This morning, I think Chester caught a lot of people off guard. A lot of people on both sides. And that's what good broadcasters, journalists do. You know, you think that it's this way, but it's not. Well, you think you're going down a road and you feel, yeah, boy, yeah, this is and then when you're not expecting it, boom, it hits you. All right, Doc, I did not see your call come in. If that was you who were calling when Doc was on, we could not have taken, or we cannot take WhatsApp calls when someone is on speaking on the live. All right, but if you want to call back now, I'll accommodate your call back now, Doc. If that was you calling just now, I'll accommodate your call back now. Okay, Doc, so please, if you wish to call back, you can call back at 455-1069. With regard to the fixed line, I don't know who called. I don't have someone that I don't have something that say, oh, Doug is calling. But if you want to call back on the WhatsApp, Doug, you can call back if that was you who were calling before, 455-1069. All right, like I said, Doug never call. I'll never call when anyone. Oh, so that wasn't you who were calling. All right. So let's see. Good morning.
Good morning, Bing.
Good
Yes,
morning.
I was trying to get in there, man.
Yeah, no, you can't call when we
Yes,
have
yes, I
someone
know
live.
that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, end that. I've been trying to reach you too, but sometimes I notice certain things about you, when you want to ignore certain people sometimes. Anyhow.
Dave, we don't go there, please. We don't go down that road.
You know I love you. You know I love you. Right?
Let's go.
That's the most important thing. Once I love you, that is what counts. Yeah. I'm very encouraged, why? I'm hearing more voices speaking out. I don't know if I'm smelling a rat, if I'm smelling a stinkness or a sweetness, but I'm happy that more Vincentians are coming to the table, so to speak, expressing their views, and it only goes to show that we have some intellectuals in our country. We can't leave that space to be dominated or to be capitalized on by a few who think they have all the answers for this country. I ain't trying to argue nobody, but who the cap fits, let them wear it. This country needs the best of our people, not like a doctor trying to cuss another doctor as to who is a better doctor and all this nonsense. We could do without some of these doctors sometimes because they can't even stand on their own feet. I just wanted to get that message across and keep on. But I need to get in touch with you. All right? Thank you.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We'll take one more. All right. I'll take one more. Then I really need to go. All right, because I'm in a lot of pain. All right, one more. Not that one. Let's see. No, not that one either. Maybe we should take one more from the WhatsApp. For Dave, Doug, please. I don't want it. I want to get my fish from you whenever you go fishing. So you can call back now, please, Doug. I want you only get shady fish. I want to get fish too. So please, I'll take your call. All right, Doug. Caller, good morning. Is this Doug?
No, Bing. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm not too bad at all. I might have to call another time because I see your program is at the end. But I am calling on Dr. Vaughan Lewis, the CEO of Finlec, to probably resign or be fired. This exorbitant charges that Finlec is charging poor people and Vincentians need to stop. It need to be addressed, and maybe I might have to organize a demonstration against Finlec. This is wickedness. I out of a country. I pay a light bill for $900 and something for 30 days. I out of the country for 3 days the next month, and I pay a light bill for 1,000 and something. And out of that time, the next bill, I am also out of the country for 10 days of 30 days, and I'm still paying $800 and something. The calculation cannot be right. I don't know what Finlec is doing, whether they're guessing a light bill or whatever, but this is something that we need to address. Vincentians need to rise up against this wickedness that Finlec, St. Vincent Electricity Services, is doing to us. The government has promised us cheaper electricity, cheaper fuel at the pumps, and cheaper gas, but everything is, oh God, man. Oh God, Bing. It's wickedness. Finlec need to look at the way in which they're charging these fuel surcharge and energy charges. It is killing us. It is killing us, Bing, and we have to talk about this a morning. I know you're at the end of your program, and I'm happy that I'm able to call in. But this needs to be addressed. Finlec is murdering Vincentian. A matter of fact, I told somebody Finlec is raping our front pocket and performing buggery on our back pocket. Because they're killing us, man. It's wickedness. It's wickedness. It's rape. It's raping our financial resources. I went to pay a bill this morning, and when the guy telling me my balance, I can't believe what he telling me here, man. I out of a country for 10 days, and my light bill is still 800 or something, and I paid 900 or something for 30 days. So let's say 21 days, I paid 800 and something, and 30 days, I paid 900 or something.
All right.
This is wickedness, so we are dealing with this morning. Have yourself a wonderful day, my
You
brother.
too, my brother. Thank you very much. You too. This will be the final one. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Yes, you're live. You're live on the radio. Good morning. I guess you don't want to be live on the radio. Okay, that was it. Let me just say, for clarity, that to ask Dr. Vaughan Lewis to resign because of the high cost of your electricity bill is a bit unfair to Dr. Lewis. VINLEC is a statutory corporation. Dr. Lewis do not set the prices. He's not responsible. VINLEC is run by a board of directors. So that's how that is done. And also too, we need to be honest and to do some research as well too. We have very high, what do you call it thing now? That's on the bill that people complain about. Surcharge. Yeah, very high fuel surcharge, which I don't understand. And sometimes when the cost of oil goes up on the international market, it affects us. Sometimes it, and I don't understand. Sometimes the fuel surcharge is as high as what you use. I don't
normally higher.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. Okay, but just for clarity's sake, I don't think Dr. Vaughan Lewis has anything to do with the setting of the prices that we pay. All right, for usage. It was just last night. I was just telling someone, because
but funny enough, I get an email yesterday with my light bill and it's lower than usual and nothing strange. I was surprised when I saw my bill.
I am not looking forward to my bill.
I was very, very surprised.
I am not looking forward to my bill at all. So I hope I don't get it before Independence Weekend, so I could have a good weekend. Because I tell you, if I tell you why, you won't believe. Air-conditioned units. I am not looking forward to that at all. Anyway, guys, I thank you very much. Thank you to all of the commentators. Thank you, first of all, to David Latchy. Thank you for calling. I appreciate the fact that you took your time out and called. Thank you to the little mosquito who called immediately after you. He didn't call immediately after you. Thank you to our counsel Jomo Thomas. Thank you. As a matter of fact, him and I spoke last night, and he apologized to me for why he didn't call yesterday. He was out of the country and he forgot to let me know. And he said that when he tried to get to me, it was already late. All right. Thank you to Chester as well. I think, as I said, Chester caught a lot of people off guard this morning. That one, it also caught me off guard. I started listening to it early this morning, and then I had to stop because I was rushing and I was in some pain. I guess you guys saw me during the program doing certain things that were, but I was in some pain with my foot. Yeah. So I didn't get to listen to it, but it certainly caught me off guard as well too. Most of what he said, and I saw it's trending now on thing. And would you all stop calling me, messaging me, and asking me for copies of Chester's question? I cannot give you Chester's intellectual property. All right. Normally, these are things that you either pay for or you get permission from Chester directly himself. All right. I can't just give you. So all the people who call and ask me to give them a copy of Chester's commentary this morning, I can't just give you. But I can't stop you from going on our Facebook page and putting it down either. Right? So, but that is Chester's intellectual property, and this is the way it is done in the real world. All right. So we got to get used to things like that. Neither can I just give you Jomo's commentary just like that without getting permission from Jomo or anyone or Dr. Richards. I have to get, and Dr. Richards will tell you, normally when people call and ask, I call him and I ask him, Doc, is it okay? Like, the newspaper will call and ask or SVG TV will call and ask, and I have to call Doc. And I say, yeah, just give it, But other people, I can't just do that. All right? You come to OMG in the morning if you want thing. We ain't producing nothing for other people. That's why we're the best, the damn best, yeah? Something else I wanted to remind you of. Oh, yes. Today, at 1 o'clock, remember where we're going to be at 1 o'clock today. I know where I'm going to be at 1 o'clock today. Today at 1 o'clock, I'll be sitting in front of my television on IKTV, and I will be waiting at 1 o'clock and looking and waiting patiently for the verdict which will be handed down by the CCJ with regards to policyholders. Yeah, over 2,000 policyholders will be waiting to see what the CCJ ruled with regards to them not being compensated, by the government of Trinidad and Tobago, who compensated themselves and their people, but been raping the people of the OECS. And when time come, they pull out without condom and run off. Yeah, we're not going to allow that. We're not going to allow that. And that's why a case was taken to the CCJ to say, listen, you got to pay the people in them. Right? We got to pay the people in them. So a lot of people got together and they decided we're going to take, because the government did not even do anything to say. So we have decided, we the people, let me just put that clear, we the people, all 2,000 policyholders got together and decided, listen, we're going to do this. We're going to take this matter to the CCJ. There was a cost involved in doing it. People signed up, a little cost, signed up. It was like very minuscule, like not even much money. I think 100. I can't even remember, right? Everybody signed up, and they decided we're gonna take a lawsuit to the government of Trinidad and Tobago because it was unfair for them to economically rape the people. All the years they've been pulling in all this money from the Caribbean. All these years they've been making so much money from the people of the OECS. And then when the shit hit the fan, all they did was they just took care of their own people. And I'm going to apologize for using that word because that is exactly what happened. So today at 1 o'clock, we're going to wait, please. And I know a lot of people have been calling and asking about the other policy, the other policy holders, which is the CLICO policy holders. I say let's get through today at 1 o'clock first, and then we decide after that. Yeah. So all the persons who've been calling and wanting to put down their names and all that, and listen, guys, let's be patient. 1 o'clock today. Let's deal with this. Let's deal with this one first. All right. Let's get past this bridge first. 1 o'clock today. 1 o'clock today. 1 o'clock today. Don't miss it. All right. Also, before I go, let me just remind the people in Canada. Yeah, man. Big things happening. I hear from my partner, Luther. I'm just saying. I hear from my partner, Luther. I know if the Empire State Building is lighting up because busy man, he busy doing other things. I don't know. I don't show because last year or year before we heard and there was a big thing. If it's happening, could somebody tell me please whether the Empire State Building in New York is going to be lit with the colors of the national flag? Well, we know for sure that on Sunday, the 27th of October at 10 p.m., Independence lighting of the Niagara Falls in the national colors will take place. There will be a bus ride to the event. Yeah, you can join them and be part of it. The buses will depart from Scarborough Town Center at 5 p.m. Jane and Finch Mall at 5:45 p.m. Square One Mall at 6:15 p.m. and Niagara Falls at 10:45 p.m. All right. It's only $30 return. Yeah. Round trip, $30. For more information, you can contact June at 647-867-7666. 7930. That number again, 647-867-7930. Ask to speak to June, and you can make all of the arrangement. That will certainly be something. Let me see. Yeah, tell me. Talk to me.
Can I talk to somebody off air?
Yeah, call 456-9100.
Yeah, I'm trying to call him this now and I can't get on.
You've been trying to call for how long?
Since yesterday and I can't get on.
456-9100.
Yeah, that's the office number.
Yeah, that's the office number.
Yeah,
that's very strange. Hang on. You stay right there. What you are going to do for you? You stay right there. Hold on. No, let me turn up the microphone so you could hear. Hold on. See what I do? Nia. Caller, you can call. Yeah. I'll make sure go and answer the phone. Somebody's been trying to call. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much, caller. I'll make sure someone calls. Okay. Someone answers. So call. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much. All right. On behalf of Shady and myself and everyone else who've been part of the program this morning, yeah. Thank you very much for listening. As of tomorrow, I am not 100% sure because my doctor said to me that I should not be at work. I should not have been at work since last week, and maybe this is why. Oh God, I wish I could. How I wish I could. You know, my foot is swollen. I couldn't even put on a shoe this morning. It's not me to wear slippers to the office in the office like this, and I'm just wearing slippers, and I can't even stand properly. It's really swollen. Thank you very much, Tanya, darling. Good morning to you, honey. You back in the concrete jungle? Are you still here with us? Now I know I promised since last week that I was gonna bring on Mr. Huggins. What's his first name? Conroy Huggins this week, right? Him and I spoke early this morning. I had several missed calls and messages from him that I you all know, if anybody know me, you know I am not a phone person. Yeah, I am not one of those persons who have their phone everywhere they go. Right? When I reach him, I just plug in my phone and I leave it. Yeah. He's been calling me, and when we spoke, I told him last week that I would have brought him on this week. However, I decided not to because it's Independence Week. And as I told him, I didn't want to conflate. I didn't want to contaminate Independence Week, the week of independence, with such hard partisan politics. Yeah, and I will not do it for the ULP, any ULP member as well too. I think that the week of independence should be just what it is for everyone. Yeah, and I guaranteed and I assured him that next week I'll definitely have him on as a guest. So look out for that. You know, my apologies to him. Well, I spoke to him already, and I told him that I didn't want to bring him on this week because it's the week of independence. Yeah, we could talk everything, but we don't have to bring in a candidate or a minister and all of that this week because I don't want to contaminate the independence. You know, like that. You know, independence is not about politics and politicians. Yeah, it's about Vincentians, all of us. Yeah, okay. Until, if not tomorrow, Wednesday. If not tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah, if not tomorrow, I'm saying. All right, because I'm not sure about tomorrow. All right, but if I don't come tomorrow, make sure you guys come on the live for whoever will be here tomorrow. All right. I requested this song from Shady, and people listening get Shady. Shady, why don't tell the truth and say who tell you to play the song? Eh? Who told you to play this song?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going, people. We love you.
Whoa, now, now. I say, whoa, now, now. I say, whoa, now. Stop the fussing and the fighting, brothers. Stop the fussing and the fighting, brothers. A chain is as strong as its weakest link. Each one is brother's keeper. I say unity is the foundation of survival. Got to let your love come shining through. See, stop your fussing and the fighting, brothers. Now's the time for uniting the sisters. Oh, now, now. Stop your fussing and the fighting, brothers. Now's the time for uniting sisters.
The number one morning show in the SVG.
Morning.
OMG in the morning.
Come on now. At KCCU, you're our top priority. We're here to make your experience effortless with convenient access to all our services. You'll never stress about banking again.
Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio. New year, different lane. Boom 1069. Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.